Hello. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. It is Friday. Little Rebecca Black for ya. You know, Rebecca Black sitting on your face. How's everybody doing? Hi, Christina. Hi, Lori. Hi, Myjen. Hi, Carissa. Michael, Starbright, Jen, Yen Yen, hello. Gabzira, Coconut Cult. What do y'all do in your cult of coconuts? I'm curious. Hi, Misha. Age-restricted pantyhose, hello. So in today's live stream, we are going to be watching a documentary put out recently by Mr. Snowflake. All of his content is very well done. So we're going to take a little look at what he put together regarding what I refer to as season 2 of Amberlynn Reid. This is when she was dating Krystle. So Amberlynn, if you don't know who Krystle is one of her girlfriends when she was in her early 20s. She lived with Krystle and Krystle's parents. She was given an allowance. Amberlynn was still trying to ramp up her channel. Well, I mean, this was actually more toward the beginning of her channel because, I mean, when she was with Casey, then she didn't have a channel, really. So this was kind of the inception of Amberlynn Reid. I watched it last night. It's so good. Ooh, okay. Well, you're going to get a little Geordie flair on it today. Jimmy had me dying. Jimmy's too funny. The goofball Jimmy. Hi, Bubbly Production. An allowance. Yes. An allowance. Well, it's a very long video. I mean, I could try to do the whole thing. We got to get started right now.
Now, how about the Hulk Hogan?
She had Krystle. Yes, she admitted to me that she hit her once. I wish I never deleted that message.
Oh, I never, ever physically abused Krystle. I feel like, honestly, my relationship with her was the calmest, most kindest, most gentle relationship I have ever been in, hands down.
Yeah, but she says that about all her relationships. I feel like the best relationship, the most loving relationship that I've ever been in was with wifey. F's sake, now I can't go to bed. Hey, Ern.
She needs to stay away from me, or she's gonna get it.
I am kind.
Lately, when people are like, what's the number one word to describe you? Empathetic.
I'm giving, I'm an empath. I think my best quality is the fact that I'm very empathetic. I know I have a big heart. I'm very empathetic. I'm a good person. I'm very kind, warm-hearted.
I'm the most, like, sympathetic and empathetic person out there, and it's, like, to the point where it's, like, so fucking annoying. Example, like, if my girlfriend's, like, sad or whatever, like, I'm gonna feel the exact same way. Like, if she's mad, I'm mad. Like, it's so annoying.
How would you describe yourself using...
I don't know if I would call that empathy. I would more so call that not having a personality or feelings of your own. Chameleon. And we know that Amberlynn has exhibited chameleon-like traits in the past. Hi, Sierra.
3 words. Fat, empathetic, and loving.
Hurt people hurt people. That's so true.
I try to be as selfless.
Wait. Did she just say hurt people hurt people?
Fat, empathetic, and loving.
Hurt people hurt people. That's so true.
She has said that about me. Those exact words she has said about me. I remember on an Instagram story one time, she, well, like in addition to like disgusting and all the other things that she's called me, she has said hurt people, and she has called me lonely. Okay? Hurt people. It's nice to know that thing that she projected at me was regurgitated from a little live stream she did in the past. Okay.
I try to be as selfless as I can because I really am empathetic and sympathetic of other people.
See, I'm a hurt person, but like, I cannot hurt other people because I know how it feels, and I'm very empathetic and I'm sympathetic and I'm a kind person.
My therapist is like, yeah, you're an empath.
It's bittersweet. Not only do I take on the role of feeling everyone else's emotions, but I also have to deal with mine.
I feel other people's pain more than I feel my own. And I honestly hate that part of me more than anything because it's humiliating. If you're a narcissist, you don't have like empathy at all.
This is to inspire Amber. Come on, Amber. 100 years.
Amber the empath.
The weight of something that they're struggling with, so you could identify with her. But yeah, definitely the more I learned about her, the more my empathy dwindled away. Do I think Amber is an empath? I don't think an empath is a thing. I think being a human being with empathy.
I don't know if he's being serious when he puts former Am baby. I mean, I skipped the Am baby phase altogether because I found out about Amber through reaction channels. So I was just listening to Karina Kaboom talk about this woman. And then I started watching her on my own. And I was like, wow, okay, she's making a lot of sense. I never had the Am baby phase.
They've turned out to be a horrible human being.
Oh, the only other YouTuber that I've ever heard call themselves an empath was Shane Dawson. And he's very empathetic towards his cat's stomach and his dog's crotch. Empathy. Oh, that's funny, because I'm an empath too. Because when I'm next to you, I'm bored.
I know she likes to bask in this fantasy that she's an empath, but if you look at her whole life, there's proof that she isn't. And there's no bigger example of her being less of an empath.
Hello, Mr. Snowflake. Welcome aboard. It's a half joke. You seem like the type of person that would give people the benefit of the doubt. So I think that you gave her a little bit more of a chance than maybe I did, because I kind of just jumped directly into the mud with Amber. He seems like the type of person that would do a lot of looking into things before making a judgment against someone. Christina, thank you so much for that. She could make it to the Olympics with the level of mental gymnastics that she performs. I'm telling you. She would, yes, the American team win the gold, and then she would go to the all-around competition, and she would win gold in that too. Absolutely. Simone Biles, take a seat.
And how she was with Krystle.
When I met her online, she was just very nice. At first, she was kind of like, okay, this girl's kind of, weird a little bit. She kind of like put herself in the weird category, but that's not even who she was. Honestly, all I saw was such a nice, beautiful person, and I couldn't help falling in love with her.
We actually met online. At the time, I was in a relationship. This is a website called Moco Space. And Krystle, I added her, I guess, and she sent me a message. We just started talking. She did flirt with me a little. I tried to explain to her, I was in a relationship. I'm not like that. I do not cheat.
During her relationship with Casey, she would be getting gifts from Krystle, and despite being an empath, she either didn't know or didn't care how that would make Casey feel.
How did you feel about Krystle sending Amber gifts?
Well, of course not. Of course she would never care about the introduction of a new relationship, because Amberlynn, whenever she starts to get a little sniff that maybe her current relationship is heading toward the end, she needs to have something on deck. There needs to be something lined up. This is exactly what she did from season 1 to season 2, season 2 to season 3, season 3 to season 4, season 4 to season 5. I mean, Becky was still living with her when she had wifey move in. This is what she's always done. Pattern of behavior.
Because I couldn't get Amber those things, but, you know, good for Amber for receiving those things. She got nice things from her, you know?
I still remember the first time I ever told Krystle that I was in love with her. It was over the phone, and I was actually sitting outside of Dunkin' Donuts in like the middle of the night. I know.
Oh, how romantic. I still remember the first time that I ever told Krystle I loved her. I was in a Dunkin' Donuts parking lot.
Random. A few months later, her and her mom came and visited me, and it was incredible.
When we met, she thought I was beautiful, and it made me feel really, really good. It helped with my self-esteem. I was finally with someone who accepted everything about me.
The girlfriend I had then didn't approve of this, but I had to be honest with her that I was in love with somebody else.
Me and Krystle were just like best friends.
Her dad, on actually several occasions, offered me to...
Yeah, after she got everything that she could have gotten from Casey and Casey's mom, after she had overstayed her welcome and gotten everything that she needed, all right, well, let me find a little bit better of a situation, because I don't think that this will last forever. They're matching emo haircuts.
To come move here, but I was like, I can't. I felt, like I said, I felt trapped. I was in an unhealthy relationship.
One night, me and the current girlfriend got in a huge argument, and I finally just said, I'm done. I gave Krystle a call.
I was like, you know what, Krystle? I need to take you up on the offer. I'm done. I broke up with blank. I don't want to say her name.
Next morning, I was actually getting on a plane to be with her.
This is exactly like lining up a new job. You hate your job, you hate your coworkers, you don't make enough money, you want another opportunity. But you can't get out of there until you have something else lined up. As soon as Krystle offered her the opportunity to come stay with her and her parents, that was the little bit of ammunition that she needed. Well, then I'm fucking done. I'm out of here. I'm going to live with Krystle. Hi, Nikki.
And I ended up going to Fredericksburg, Virginia, because that's where Krystle lived, and that's like where my heart was almost every single day.
Her parents paid, and I appreciate everything her parents have done for me. They're like parents I never had in a way.
Her parents were very accepting, and they saw how happy, like, I made Krystle.
Yes, we have ups and downs, but doesn't anybody? People are so kind if you really give them a chance. Yeah, I love her very much, and she's an amazing person. She really is.
Don't get me wrong, Krystle and I are not perfect. We have our issues. We've lived together for 3 years now, and of course that's gonna, happen.
From even before they started dating, Amber and Krystle were enamoured with each other, and they would make those feelings well known online, despite Amber still being in a relationship with Casey. And though she was shy by nature, Krystle wasn't afraid to be herself.
If you're wondering, those are Rock Band drums. Those are anime plushies. No, they're not mine. Yikes. And those are Wii remotes. Plushies More plushies. She's addicted. You should see how many she has in the attic. Now that's scary. That's like, oh, that's... I mean, there's at least 6 bags full of plushies. Yikes.
A favourite game to play was Rock Band.
How do I even say such a thing? She's obsessed with Rock Band. If you ever hear that clicking noise in one of my videos, it is my girlfriend playing Rock Band. And I just wanted to let you guys know that. I don't really care for video games, but she does. She's obsessed. She also got Pokemon for the...
What's with the fake voice? I think the fake voice is when people put on a persona on social media, they want to show the world who they want to be, not who they are. It's the same thing with online dating apps. People always post their best photos. They always post things that are going to make them look like an attractive partner, convince people to swipe right. No one posts ugly photos of themselves or talks about things that would be considered cons in getting a relationship with someone, so I think this is kind of the same thing. They speak very softly and come off very nice and talk so that you think that they're that person. They're just putting on who they want to put on and present their best version of themselves. That's why she does that little fake voice. But the longer you watched, the more that the facade fades away.
Nintendo 3DS, which is lame in my opinion. Kidding.
She also loved anime, and she even got herself a tattoo, which was related to one of her favourite anime characters.
So this is an anime character, I guess? She likes anime? That's like not even close to how many she has. It's kind of gross how many she has. I don't watch anime. I don't care for anime. Anime sucks.
These clips I'm showing you of Amber putting down Krystle, it's not just these clips, it's not just a few I found to make...
She's an
Amber look
empath.
bad. It was constant. There's so many. It happens so often that if I watched the clip of them both together and Amber didn't put down Krystle, I was like, oh, well done, she didn't... That was nice, she didn't put it down. Oh, she did the next time, okay. It happened so often.
I'm sorry for anime plushes in the back, which I'm sure you guys see all the time. They're actually my girlfriends.
I was really sorry about that.
I'm only joking. Krystle, she goes, why would you be sorry about that? That's funny. Anyways, so welcome to my...
Oh, she just bulldozes over people. Ugh. Thank you, Rory.
Krystle's parents had been more than generous to pay for Amber, this adult woman, to come and live with them, stay with them. And they did. They really treated her as if she was part of the family.
So when I first moved here, I was like a ball of shy goo. Like, I didn't even talk. I barely ate. I was shy.
She barely ate when she moved in with Krystle. Did you hear that? Yeah, I'm sure that you were. I'm sure that you were very, like, cards to your chest and you didn't want to let out your true self because you knew that when you let out your true self, it wouldn't be that appealing to people.
So shy when I first came here. I don't know, things, started rolling, and about 5 months ago, I started feeling the most, at home, comfortable, like this is like my home, and I can help with, chores and make this room my own, and, stuff like that, so. This is Krystle's dad, by the way. I just love spending time with my girlfriend and her family, because I'm just happy they're there for me when no one else is,
Amber didn't have any family of her own to turn to at this time. She only had Krystle and her family. And again, they really did treat her as part of the family. They'd even take her on vacation with them.
Monkey. Monks. Monkey.
Krystle's family would even gift Amber her very own dog, a beagle named Monkey, because of...
Oh yeah, I mean, she had it set up. She had it made for herself. When she moved in with Krystle, oh hell yeah. This is quite the upgrade from Casey. I get my own fucking room, I get a dog, I get to travel. I mean, damn. An allowance.
his ability to climb. Is Monkey your dog? Did you bring him with you? They got Monkey because I wanted a dog. I'd always talk about it. Crystal's mom saw a dog one day while she was out with a friend, contacted us, and we went and saw him. We adopted him the next day, and Monkey is my dog, just like the cat's mine too. We all love these animals just as much as the next person in the house.
This is me bribing my dog with food to come inside. Because it's cold out there, huh, Monk?
There were also other members of Amber's ever-growing family.
So there's Monkey, there's Ringo's, there's Smokey, and there's Charlie.
Amber finally had the love and family she had always wanted, and it was all because of Krystle. Her life with Krystle had just gotten better and better. Her weight had gotten better and better.
I was losing weight like a mad woman. I was actually 2012 during this time. I was at my lowest weight. I was almost down 89 pounds, so I was almost down 100 pounds. Even though we're smiling in both pictures, we both know that we'd much rather look like the people on the right and continue losing weight.
89 pounds. I've lost 89 pounds my way. Yes, I gained weight this last year, but that's because so much was going on with my life that it was overpowering.
Like what? You didn't work. You weren't in school. You didn't have any responsibilities. What was going on?
And even though she would lose weight with Krystle, she would gain it all back. But Krystle never stopped trying to help Amber and motivate her to lose the weight again. And Amber's constant...
I was about to say, I mean, I didn't want to make the comment, but I was saying that dog looked a little plump. And I mean, Amberlynn and a bag of treats, kind of shaking the bag at its face. I mean, that could be a dangerous combo.
With weight loss would cause her to make a YouTube channel, and she would upload her first video on the 18th of November 2013.
Hi, my name is Amberlynn, and I wanted to start a YouTube channel for weight loss. I see a lot of videos of other people doing it, and it's so motivating, and it's just something I'm really, really interested in doing.
She sounds... Is this what Amber used to sound like in the beginning? She sounded all sweet and innocent, didn't she?
Maybe I can be an inspiration for somebody. I don't know.
Oh my god, it's just so funny because if you watch her video that she uploaded yesterday, she sounds like such a Karen. Such a Karen. And then, I mean, you just listen to this, like, what, 12 years ago? Oh, I'm so shy, and I'm an empath, and I lost 89 pounds, and this is my dog, Monkey.
I'm not really doing this for other people. I'm more so doing it for myself. But if I can help somebody
You do everything for yourself!
Then that's even better.
In the first appearance, she seemed shy and very soft-spoken, which is very different to the Amber we know of today.
So, I hope you have fun sitting next to Trump in hell.
This early version of Amber was clearly a character, a shy, soft-spoken, nice person. It was definitely not the real her. And she may have claimed to have started this YouTube channel to inspire others, but it was to be loved by strangers on the internet.
So what made you decide to start vlogging? I love watching YouTube videos. I love the thought of it. It's fun. I enjoy it. It's therapeutic. It's something for me to do. It's a really big hobby, and I just love, how you guys love watching my videos, and, I just really enjoy it. My girlfriend...
It was a way for her to get more attention because, I mean, at this point, like, Amberlynn didn't have any friends. So she didn't really have a social media following, so she probably thought, well, if I make a channel, then I can make my own fans and I can get attention. So, I mean, for a very soft-spoken, early 20s Amberlynn, that was very alluring to her. Because, I mean, what was she doing otherwise? Really, what was she doing otherwise? She wasn't working. She wasn't helping around the house. Any interests that Krystle had, it didn't really seem like they aligned with Amberlynn's interests, so it's not like they were doing stuff together. Jordy definitely isn't an empath here. I most certainly am an empath. Chantal was like that when she started YouTube as well. Yeah, very soft-spoken. I should start doing my vlogs like that. Hi everyone, welcome back for another video.
My friend is very used to it. She's always by me. She says she actually loves it, and she loves watching my videos, so I'm happy about that.
Krystle herself would make many brief appearances on the channel.
Amberlynn, why did the cow cross the road?
Why did the cow cross the road, Krystle?
It was utterly lost.
Not only do I want to say goodbye, but so does Krystle. Come here. Your face.
According to Amber, Krystle didn't mind Amber's filming, which wasn't true. Or at least it wasn't true when Krystle was forced to be on camera. We knew Krystle didn't like being on camera. Amber knew that Krystle didn't like being on camera, but the audience were the only ones who cared about that.
You know, I would film my girlfriend more, but she doesn't like being filmed. I don't know why. Because she's beautiful. She just gets shy. She is like the—
Ooh, that's so manipulative. I don't want to be on camera. Stop filming me. Well, you just need to push past that anxiety. You need to understand and realize that you're beautiful. And then once you realize it, you're going to love being on camera. So really, I'm doing you a favor by filming you without consent and uploading it to the internet, because this is going to make you realize how beautiful you actually are. When really it was just for self-motivation.
the shyest person I have ever even met in my life. Whew, just gonna go home, eat our protein bar. It's so funny when I see Krystle's face in the background. I'm proud of you.
Very manipulative. I see right through it. I see right through it.
I won't show. Are you lying? I swear I didn't show it. She's so shy. Anyways. And I'd show her and her face reactions, but you know how that be. She doesn't want to show herself. But I want to show my girlfriend's face so bad right now.
Someone wants to say hi, you guys.
Fucking oh, you're a model, Justin. Your hair looks beautiful.
Hopefully people don't think Krystle's smiling because she's happy. She's obviously uncomfortable.
Why are you looking away from the camera? Smile with your beautiful self. She's just really shy. More shyer than I am.
Apparently Krystle was not the only shy one. Amber, despite vlogging everything, also believed that she was shy as well.
So this video is 10 things you can do instead of eating when you're bored.
A lot of people have said, Amberlynn, why has your voice changed so much? The thing is, when I first started YouTube, I was so shy. And when I get like that, I talk very quiet.
Yeah, I'm really shy too, Amber.
Hello?
In her later videos, after Amber and Krystle had broken up, Amber's change in personality was extremely noticeable.
There is scissoring, which I'm sure you guys know what that is. There, you can finger.
With Krystle, yeah, she was...
Like why? See, like I could maybe see 15, 16, maybe 17-year-olds getting online and posting something like that, but at this point, Amberlynn was like 23. Maybe, you know what, maybe though it just has to do with like the mental regression. Like Amberlynn wasn't really caught up. Like she never really had friends or had that social development to realize that that's not something you post. And I mean, like, that's a lot of people. You ever seen people acting a fool on Facebook, posting their whole lives and saying inappropriate stuff and inappropriate pictures? I mean, it's just...
Shy, soft-spoken, apparently. Not the loud, obnoxious Amber we know of today.
I seemed more humble in my videos back then. It's because I was super shy. I was quiet. Now I'm like, this is me. I don't care.
I'm getting a certain somebody in my comments down below saying like I'm like a chameleon and I don't know who I am. I was one person with Krystle and one person with Destiny, which is completely false. You saw one side of me with Krystle because Krystle was like never in my videos, and when she was, like I was a giggly schoolgirl. I mean, you guys can go back and see that. I am me. That is how it's gonna stay. And if you don't like who I am, just goodbye. I am myself.
Oh. So what started out as a very good opportunity for Amberlynn to be living with Krystle and her parents, it slowly turned into, well, if you're not going to get on board with this, then goodbye. I'll find someone that will be. So what did she do? She found a very young Destiny and roped Destiny into this YouTube channel shit.
I'm a really good person, and I don't want anyone to think otherwise.
Crystal's shyness was not the only thing Amber would try and emulate.
And you guys didn't know me then, but I used to have bangs like hers. Like, it literally lasted like 2 seconds, but I actually cut it myself. Krystle actually motivated me and inspired me to cut my bangs up to here because I think it's actually really cute.
Motivated, like, come on Amber, get those bangs, yay, bangs, bangs, bangs. I think she just copied her.
Shortly after Krystle got her first pair of glasses, Amber, despite having never mentioned bad vision before, would also get a pair of glasses.
Krystle got new glasses, so we sat there trying to find her a pair that was totally cute and funny. I wish I could have recorded it. I'm getting glasses, of course, which I knew was going to happen because I used to wear glasses when I was younger, but I broke them and then I lost them.
If anyone's wondering.
Krystle got glasses, so now I need glasses. Y'all remember that trend maybe like 10 years ago when people would take the 3D movie glasses from movie theaters and pop the lenses out and just wear the frames? This is very much so Amberlynn. They're prescription, I promise.
Yada yada is the universal term for this is made up. I'm full of poo. It's a lie. Basically, that's what I'm saying. She's lying.
I'm nearsighted if you guys are curious, so I mean I don't need my glasses when I'm reading or anything, but when I'm watching TV or, you know, far away things, I need glasses.
Amber acted as though getting a pair of glasses was this big quirky thing. She lacked that much of a personality. She made glasses part of hers.
Which would you prefer? So I'm just gonna say I'm sorry for the glare. It's gonna happen. Don't worry, I won't always be wearing my glasses, but a lot of the time I will be.
She probably thinks that they make her sexy and smart looking. Like, very much so Alex from Orange is the New Black. I think that that's what she's trying to go for here.
And just focus on my words or my background, not these cray glasses because they do help me see. So anyways, my glasses have been like hurting the back of my head, like right back here. My glasses don't even touch back there. So I don't know if it's like they're too tight or what it is. I do have another pair of I don't know, I like these ones more. Krystle? Now that I'm talking about it, will you go get me the other pair?
Oh my god.
They're in the little pulley out of the desk. And the only reason why I ask her is because right now I'm like bedridden for the next couple hours because my back and my ankle are both hurting really bad, so.
Bedridden for a few hours. See, this is the non-intentional humor that I talk about that is gone from the Amberverse forever. We'll never get this ever again. She's too in her head about her commentary anymore and what she uploads. Like, this is just Amberlynn back then. I'm bedridden for the next few hours.
I kind of wanted to rest them.
To be fair, there's no proof that she didn't need glasses. So maybe I'm just being overly suspicious. Maybe I'm being too harsh.
God.
Maybe she did need glasses because she was in fact nearsighted, like she said.
And Tahiti Secrets, which is peach, or that does not say peach. I need to put my glasses on.
Didn't she say she was nearsighted? Yada yada.
It was obvious she didn't need glasses. Soon after moving out to Crystals, she would stop wearing them. She didn't need glasses. And even though she was always trying to put Krystle down, she was always doing her best to emulate her.
I feel like everybody might have a tad bit of OCD, but I feel like some people are actually diagnosed with it, like my girlfriend.
Well, that's what Amberlynn tries to do. She always tries to establish her dominance in the relationship. And from season 4 moving into season 5, that's what kind of left me a little bit apprehensive because she was basically telling, well, you know, wifey's the dom here. Wifey's the top. Wifey is the one who's going to be calling the shots in this relationship. But that's not Amberlynn. Amberlynn is not this submissive kind of girly pop. She runs the show. Maybe she'll try to manipulate you at first to make you think that you're running the show, but it will eventually come out.
She was diagnosed with OCD disorder.
What does OCD stand for again?
The next time I go to take a nap, I'm referring to it as I'm about to be bedridden for a few hours.
Obsessive compulsive disorder?
So why did she say OCD disorder? So that's obsessive compulsive disorder. Well, I suppose I've got ADHD HD, ADHD.
What's that?
It means hyperfocus and 4K.
She was diagnosed with OCD disorder, and so was I. But in certain cases, hers is worse, and in certain cases, mine is a little worse. But
Again, there's no proof that she wasn't diagnosed with OCD disorder, so maybe I'm just being overly suspicious again. So let's see what symptoms she suffered from.
I'm sure you could tell I changed my makeup style because I did.
OCD disorder. There's a lot of zingers in this episode. OCD disorder, bedridden for a few hours. Hey, Winter Allen, haven't seen you in a little while. Hope you've been well. Marigold, thank you so much for that. She tops from the bottom. Let me think about that one for a second.
I was having major, OCD with the other style I was doing. I kind of felt like it was uneven. And so one fact you can learn about me is that I do have OCD, so does my girlfriend, but we both have different OCD. So this is my little dance schedule. So every song that I do, I'm going to write down. That is, way compulsive.
Okay, we just got to the grocery store, and I have my, store list all set out and stuff.
But I can't help it. I'm like that with a lot.
She definitely thinks that this is quirky. You know, getting out a piece of notebook paper and writing a bunch of shit down and then saying, guys, look, I have to have everything written down before I go to the store. That's just how I am. That's just how I am. I have to have it done that way. She very much so was trying to be quirky Lynn here. So, something that Krystle was actually going through, Chameleon here had to swoop in and take it and then morph it into this quirky, I can do it better than you situation type deal. Not liking how your makeup turned out is not OCD. Oh my god. A grocery list. Sorry, I have OCD. I have to write down everything that I'm planning on purchasing in this grocery store. I have to. It's just the way I am. Call me weird, call me quirky, call me unique, call me strange. It's just what I have to do. See, and this was genuine. She wasn't trolling. She was just being herself. And I feel like that's kind of what made the internet become infatuated with her. Nowadays, everything is so orchestrated. Everything is so ran through the editor. Everything. There's no natural zing to Amberlynn anymore. I had to write a grocery list. I'm so quirky. Exactly.
A lot of things. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Krystle does the laundry. I choose to put away my own clothes just because I'm OCD. I will not have her put away my clothes. Not gonna happen.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Y'all, I have to do my own laundry. I do. And then when I get it out of the dryer... Well, actually, you know what? Krystle's parents can do my laundry, but as soon as it's in that laundry basket, I'm the one that has to fold it and put it away. Mm-hmm. That's just the way I am. Same thing with the grocery list. Call me weird. Seriously, come for me. It's just how I was born. I was born that way, baby. I put away my laundry. I have OCD. Yes.
Because I have an order, I do it. But I haven't put away my clothes in legit a month.
Right, you be the mom.
See it in the same breath. You would never get that level of humor from an Amberlynn vlog today. Never. In the same breath, after just telling us that she's OCD about putting her clothes away, I haven't put my clothes away in a month. And she's being dead serious. These are the forgotten years. We'll never get this again.
I'll be the man.
Yeah.
Here's your clothes, Amber, love. Where do you want them? I'll let you put them away because I know you're all OCD about it.
No, yeah, just throw them on the floor. I'm just too busy writing fake disorders.
I am insanely OCD. All this right here, this part, is the jewelry that I plan on wearing tomorrow, which I planned a few nights ago.
OCDD.
I mean, that's pretty pathetic that I have all that already planned. Like, it's so OCD. I'm sorry if this, like, annoys you guys that I'm so, like, OCD with the weather. And when I was younger, I was diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder. A lot of people joke about having OCD or being OCD with certain things, but it's not really something to joke about when someone really has it. I have quite a few OCDs. I have quite a few that I've dealt with, and I've
different kinds of OCDs. OCDs plural. OCDs. So it's like an album, multiple CDs. Remember from like the 90s when people would have those big CD flip open books and everything? She had one of those, but they were like quirks about her.
I was able to overcome. I learned how to do.
I have all the OCDs. Yes, collect them all. Collect them all. You know how like Mickey McDonald's has like the Happy Meals with the little toys in them? You can collect them all. Amberlynn had them all. She collected all the OCDs. Nicole Garrett, thank you so much. Does her family even talk to her? I am new to Amberlynn, but she's interesting. Thanks for being here with us for Friday night. Love ya. Oh, thank you so much for the sweet message, Nicole. Yes, she moved back to Oklahoma. Oh, God, how long has this been now? Maybe like 4 or 5 months? She now lives in Oklahoma by herself in a 1-bed, 1-bath apartment. Her mom and grandma live nearby, and she spends a lot of time with them. So she has been reunited with her mom and grandma recently, but it's within the last 6 months.
Do sign language, A, B, C, D, E, whatever. I don't need to do it all. I learned how to do that when I was, I think, 10 or 11. And after I learned how to do the ABCs and sign language, every time I would talk, or every time someone would talk around me, or every time I would think, or anything, like just anytime there were words involved, I would have my hand hidden so no one could see it, and I would sign every single thing somebody would say, and I couldn't stop myself from doing it.
Amber, what are you doing? Nothing! Look, Amber, I can sign as well. This is bullshit. See the horns and the shit.
This started when I was probably 12. If I was just driving in the car, every time, because you know how you're driving and there's trees, and like sometimes the tree shadows are on the road. Like every time I saw a tree shadow, like at the beginning of the shadow, I would have to blink, and the end of the shadow, I would have to blink.
So many tree shadows.
Where did she get this from? I genuinely want to know, did she steal this from someone else? Like, was she maybe on some weird website and she was reading about other people that had OCD? Or did she make this up and then convince herself that she had it? Chantal is usually the one who steals and copies things from other people. I just think that Amberlynn makes shit up out of thin air. She's just making it up as she goes.
But I can be even quirkier. I can turn my eyelids inside out when I blink.
Congratulations, you've got OCD.
Sweet.
I have that obsessive side of me. Like, I was diagnosed with OCPD, which is obsessive compulsive personality disorder.
Whoa.
I was diagnosed with that like 5 years ago, and it was...
She has them all. She does. She collected all of them. OCPD, OCZD. She most definitely has OBCD. She does. She has all of them.
It was just like a couple years ago I was diagnosed with actual OCD.
That clip there was from 2023. She said about 5 years before that clip, she'd been diagnosed with OCPD, so 2018. And she said she was diagnosed with OCD just a couple of years before that clip, so 2021, 2020, about then. But, like all liars, Amber forgot her lie. The signing thing is not OCD, lol. Who told you that, or did you just make it up? That's just a weird habit, but not every weird habit is linked to OCD. Therapist, when I was in an all-girls group home, I was only 11. So Amber was 11 when she was diagnosed. So when did these compulsions start? When she was 10? When she was 9? When she was even younger?
I started being like this in my teenage years around like 15, 16, but I feel it getting worse and worse. Like I make lists of what I'm gonna wear, what day I'm gonna wear it. And I know it's OCD because I feel like I can't pack unless I'm doing that. It's kind of scary.
It's pretty clear from what we've seen already that Amber was copying Crystal as much as she could.
Some people are actually diagnosed with it. Like my girlfriend, she was diagnosed with OCD disorder, and so was I.
If Amber actually had OCD, you'd think she'd have...
Would they get a BOGO? They go to the therapist, get a buy one, get one on OCD? Yes, she was diagnosed, and so was I. She can never keeps her lies straight. Where's my little sticker? Oh, here it is. Look. Hello. I'm a lie. Next public outing I go to, I'm gonna tape this to my chest. Everyone will just know I'm a lie.
Empathy for those who struggle.
Hi, Toenail.
Wouldn't you?
Since I gave you guys an OCD thing that I do, I'm gonna tell you one that my girlfriend does. Are you guys ready for it? She washes her hands. She washes her hands. This is what I deal with. All we did was touch a bag of chips. We didn't even eat any. And she's washing her hands. Krystle.
I knew a girl that I played World of Warcraft with who dated this guy briefly, and she said that he had a really bad issue with something like this. Like anytime that they would do anything, he would have to take a shower. Like they would bring in groceries from the car and he would have to take a shower. Like one time she needed help moving a desk, moving like a large desk, like how two people would have to do like a team lift to move a desk across the room. It took, I don't know, maybe 5 seconds, and he had to go take a shower.
Explain. Actually, no, this is for real.
Because I picked up a piece of the cheese.
You picked up a piece of cheese?
Cheese crumble.
So you touched a chip and you had to wash your hands.
Well, actually, I washed them in the kitchen and then I threw it away and then I washed them again.
Okay, I just lick my finger. That'd be it. That'd be done. I mean, she'll wash her hands after pretty much like anything that she does. And not only that, but if I'm cleaning the cat box or I'm feeding the cats or I'm doing something involving something kind of gross.
I mean, like maybe this wasn't even like an issue that Krystle had in regards to OCD. Maybe she just washed her hands regularly and this was like astounding to Amber. You know? It's like she couldn't wrap her head around the fact that someone would keep up with washing their hands. Is it OCD or being a control freak? The hand washing OCD always looks painful.
With my hands, she'll need to wash her hands.
Do you know why Crystal has to wash her hands when she sees Amber doing stuff like that? It's because she actually has OCD.
So, I'm not filming you wash your hands. She's so dramatic. Dramatic! Okay, so...
Funnily enough, Amber would actually go on to discover the cure for OCD.
It used to be actually a lot worse before I even met her. But, you know, it's nice to say that I was able to kind of, you know, cure some of her OCD things because now she has someone, you know, there for her and with her. Krystle has to go to the bathroom. Typical. Crystal's having a difficult time making the water work. Why are you so cute?
Turns out the cure for OCD was to just constantly mock the person. Well done, Amber.
But, she had...
I have heard that people that do excessive hand washing like this, like the way that it, like the idea that it stems from and like why that is fueled through OCD is that when they feel uncomfortable or they feel ugly or they feel dirty, they try to get rid of that feeling by washing their hands. There's a really good scene from a movie called Precious where before, well, no, like this actor talks like about a really like gross situation that they were in. And while she's doing it, she puts on hand sanitizer. So she's like talking about something awful that she did and she's like washing away the grossness. It's like a mental thing. Yvette Moore, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Amberlynn is a mean, rude girly pop without any self-awareness whatsoever. Many therapists will not work with patients like her. They just try to manipulate them, and there is no cure for narcissism. It would be very difficult working with someone like Amber, just because it just seems like her habits and the way that she thinks is so concrete. Like, reversing the way that she thinks and trying to make her form new habits that she's been used to her whole life, it just seems like it would be almost impossible to reroute those brain links, like I don't know. I really appreciate that, Yvette.
Has a lot of other OCD things that she does, but those are just that.
So I mean, honestly, maybe Amberlynn was making Krystle's OCD at the time worse, because if we're trying to like rationalize it, and someone needs to wash their hands or they need to shower all the time because they feel uncomfortable or dirty, the fact that Amberlynn was constantly harassing Krystle, shoving the camera in her face, making her feel uncomfortable, maybe that made it worse for her, because anxiety makes everything worse. Like, anytime you're anxious or on edge, it makes everything feel amplified. So if you have this very overbearing presence that is Amberlynn around, I can imagine that she wasn't feeling all that calm.
That one was the first one that came to my head, and some of them I don't know if she actually wants me to share. And I usually have the meats sitting here already because Krystle won't touch them. It's just some weird OCD thing that she has.
Krystle can't touch a piece of cheese. She can't look at Amber doing anything disgusting, otherwise it'll make her want to wash her hands. So it's a good thing one of Amber's chores was to clean the toilet. That was nice. I'll give Amber that. I am being harsh. I'll give you that, Amber. That was nice of you.
What is your favourite household chore? Least favourite? Favourite would be decorating / organising. Least favourite is probably cleaning the toilet. Krystle does it for me.
Ah, never mind.
Having OCD, I feel the most ashamed of.
The copying Krystle's look and copying the OCD. At first, I was thinking, well, I understand that, because I remember being, 12, 13, and thinking, I wish I was as confident as Muhammad Ali. I used to love Muhammad Ali, still do. I used to think, I wish I could fight like Bruce Lee. Who else did I look up to? David Beckham. There was a little while I was a big fan of David Beckham. I wish I was as smart as Judge Judy. Love Judge Judy still. So at first I was like, I get it. I get trying to emulate somebody that you admire. Copy them. But like I said, I was 12, 13. Amber was an adult. Just making up lies.
Sometimes y'all say shit, it just like, I can't keep a straight face. Caitlin Sherry, thank you so much. Sorry can't make it tonight. I'm just passing by, but I'll watch later or tomorrow. Have fun. Love y'all. Thank you so much, Caitlin, for the sweet message and for stopping by real quick. Mood Rapid ASMR, hey there. You don't have OCD. You have OBCD. Didn't know you were my psychiatrist. Thanks.
Amber's OCD was not the only diagnosis she would lie about.
I have ASMR.
In your early videos, you said you had ASMR. What did that mean?
I was trolling. Yeah. And then it's moments like this where I'm like, damn, I have to live with this, where people actually think that I'm a liar and I said I was diagnosed with ASMR.
Oh my God. Could you imagine that? People think Amber's a liar. I mean, that has never crossed my mind before, so I can see how unsettling that must feel, for people to think that you're a liar. I have ASMR.
Couple things. In that clip, Amber said she was trolling. Back in that clip, she barely had any viewers. There was nobody to troll. She states in an Ask FM post that she has ASMR and says, so I watch videos on YouTube that will relax me. Again, this is April 2014. She barely had any viewers. In 2016, she states, I would flip through pages, do dishes, crinkle sounds, etc. Those are all noises people with ASMR enjoy. 2016, yeah, maybe she was trolling. She had enough people to troll then. So again, maybe I'm being overly suspicious. Maybe she was diagnosed with ASMR. But if that was true, why did she post this? Not many people know what ASMR is, which is shocking to me, but I have had it since I was a little girl. ASMR videos are great to watch if you are lucky enough to be diagnosed, like I am. She posted this to Tumblr in October of 2013. She didn't start YouTube till November of 2013. She posted this a month before. She doesn't have ASMR. She tried to convince the world, YouTube, that she'd been diagnosed with something that you can't be diagnosed with. And what's worse is that she tried to pass it off as trolling. You didn't have an audience to troll. You just tried to convince everybody you'd been diagnosed with something you...
Yeah, that's the thing. Between, like when you're admitting that you're trolling, that's kind of the risk that you take. Oh no, I wasn't being a dumbass, I was trolling. Really? You all thought I was being that stupid? I was obviously trolling. No, I think that you were just that stupid.
Can't be diagnosed with... Oh, I'm sorry, but yeah, I think she is the stupidest person I've ever seen. But that's what lies do. They get caught out in a lie and then tell another lie. Amber, you obviously don't have ASMR. I was trolling.
Even though this is like beyond stupid, I still think that Chantal is worse than Amber in regards to intelligence.
Fine. It's pretty clear that by Amber saying she was trolling, she thinks that you lot, her audience, she thinks that you're all stupid.
That's a lie.
She is. She's a compulsive liar.
And I feel sorry for Krystle and Krystle's family that they have to deal with a freeloader like you. You're a worthless piece of trash. You're never going to lose weight because you're a cow. You live off of others. What you need to do is get a job and stop sitting on your ass all day and eating.
That comment was way out of line. How dare that person say that Amber was living off others? There's literally...
Oh my god. Sounds like HRH Collection sent her a message. You want to stop being fat? Quit eating! HRH sent her that message.
No proof of that anywhere. Oh wait, there's loads of proof. Where do you get your money from? You're always buying things in your videos on the weekends. If you have no job, how do you afford these things? I get money for groceries from Krystle's parents. Sometimes I do not spend it all, so I save it up and spend it when I can. The Ross haul was Krystle and her parents treating me. We all went and got a few new clothes. You don't make enough money from YouTube to support weekly shopping. It's from Krystle's disability check, isn't it? Krystle and I share money. She gets whatever money I get, and...
Oh my god. So, indirectly saying yes to this person's question. Well, we share money. It's not her money and my money, it's our money. But even if they were to separate it and it would be Amberlynn's money, that would still be Krystle's money because it came from Krystle's parents. It's our money. No.
Vice versa. Being in a relationship is about sharing what you have with the one you love. One day we will be married, sharing the same bank account, etc. Amber would admit that it was Krystle's money paying for the groceries. During your grocery hauls, you always say, I got this, or I bought that. Do you buy the family groceries with your money, or do Krystle's parents buy them? Krystle...
Oh my god, you guys aren't married though. You met in a chat room online and then you moved into her parents' house. This is not the same thing as our money. Like the concept between a married couple, like, oh, it's not his money, it's not her money, it's our money. This is not the same thing, but this is how she's trying to rationalize it in her mind so that she can not feel shitty about taking Krystle's money.
Krystle buys them with her money, but her and I are in a relationship, so it's we. Just like when I buy something with my money, it's her and I.
Krystle and I would do these exercises where I would like straight up like dance / exercise for over an hour. Sorry, I just got done like having like an asthma attack straight up. So we would do that for like over an hour and this would happen. And then So I did see someone about it. Like, Krystle's parents took me, and they paid for it. Like, I'm very grateful.
My girlfriend's parents ended up paying for me to go see a orthopedic, I think it was. I was losing a lot of weight, and then all of a sudden our other scale broke, and it discouraged me, and I ended up gaining a lot of weight, and so they got me this one. I'm addicted to shopping, yes.
Damn. You go to weigh yourself, you break the scale, and then that sends you into depression, so you gain more weight. That's a nasty little cycle. Honestly, I would love to know how many scales Amberlynn has been through in her lifetime. It seems like she buys them very regularly. At least, I would say at least 15 scales. Yeah. Caitlin Ray, thank you so much. This is irrelevant, but I watched your Doherty Dozen stream and laughed. It's my husband's 39th birthday in May, and he asked to go to Great Wolf Lodge months ago. Would you like an invite? You can have my sister's ticket. Oh my gosh. Well, the big thing about that is I don't know what location they're going to, because apparently there's multiple locations of it. Still, that sounds like a fun time. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the offer, Caitlin. Hope you guys have fun if you do end up going. I'd try it at the store if it were for her instead. Imagine collecting weight scales. I mean, she collects disorders, so why not weight scales too?
I think it looks very splendid. Splendid, that makes sense. With all of my jewelry.
Oh, okay, so you share Krystle's money. We both share each other's money. In a relationship, you need to learn how to do that. Do you pay rent?
See, if you were in a healthy relationship like I am, you would know that two people need to learn how to share money together. If you were in a functional, good relationship like I am with Krystle, you would know that siphoning off of her parents is a very normal thing to do, moron. Do you pay rent? I pay in ways that I can. What does that mean? Like, when Amberlynn cleans the toilet, does that mean that, like, she has met, like, 20% of her rent quota for the month? Oh, Amberlynn unloaded the dishwasher. There's another 10% we'll take off of her rent. Amberlynn walked the dog that she wanted. All right, yeah. All right, she's good for rent this month. I buy my own food. I pay for Krystle's food. I buy all of our hygiene products. If this were true, if she bought all of Krystle's hygiene products, she would probably take this as a way to use it against her and manipulate it with her by saying things like, well, you go through all this soap and I'm the one that pays for it. So you're kind of draining my bank account by doing this. So now your OCD is becoming a problem and make her feel bad about it. I guess she did dishes. Yeah, she did the dishes one time, so now they owe her. So Amberlynn's rent is taken care of for the month because she unloaded the dishwasher, and then on top of that, they need to pay her. Yes.
I pay in ways that I can. I buy my own food, I pay for Krystle's food, I buy all of our hygiene products, etc. Since I moved in, her parents don't have to pay for any of that for their daughter anymore.
Krystle's parents seem like the most generous people I've ever seen. I don't think Amber realised just how good she had it. It's like they adopted her.
I wanted to take our picture, so here it is with that background.
It's seeming like season 2 was setting up the foundation for what Amberlynn was allowed to do with her life. Had Amberlynn gone from the relationship that she had with Casey and not had this little intermission period where she moved in with this suburban family and siphoned off of them, she wouldn't have been, because I mean, in this time, she was able to get her footing. She was able to start her channel. She was able to lay around for her early 20s and do nothing. So by the time she had things a little bit more worked out, she was able to move on to I don't even want to use the word functional, but like functional with an asterisk next to it relationship with Destiny. So they made that possible for her. And as soon as Amberlynn used them for all that they were worth, or they probably ended up getting sick of her and wanted her out, it's like, okay, well, now I'm ready to move on with someone I genuinely like. Which she did. She genuinely loved Destiny. I don't think that she cared about Krystle. No. She cared about what Krystle's family could provide her.
Or die a cutie. Okay, totally joking.
They give her a home. They pay for bills. They pay for groceries. They take her on holiday. They give her pocket money. I bet Amber was just nothing but nice to them.
You know how when people are like in an argument and they're like, blah, 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 I hate you. You know, it's happened with me. That's how I get sometimes. And I have argued with Krystle's parents before. I'm not gonna lie, it has happened. But
oh my God, could you imagine? Could you imagine? This tumor moves into your house, starts taking all your money, and then it yells at you. Oh my God. I knew someone like this growing up. They're not like that anymore, but I just remember when I was a kid, just the way that this person would speak to their parents. It just like, oh my God. Just would give you the shirt off of their back.
But in the midst of those arguments, and at the end of those arguments, I break down and I cry and I tell Krystle's dad that he's like, you know, a father to me. So, sorry, now I'm getting emotional again.
Yeah, because you're manipulative. Well, at the end of the argument, I realize what's important, and that's the money that this guy puts on my debit card. So, at the end of the argument, once I get out my frustrations and say what I want to say, I say a little manipulative thing like, well, you're like the father that I never had. To tug on his heartstrings and remind him that she's very much so interested in still getting money off of him. Tumor Lynn. Oh my God, this scene. Wait, was this the one where they had... I remember when this happened, this live stream when she got on speakerphone with Destiny. I remember this because I remember I was at my friend's apartment complex pool and we were sitting outside at the pool and we were the only ones there and I was watching it alone. Oh my gosh.
Sure that my mental illness does make me manipulate in ways.
Yes, we have ups and downs, but doesn't anybody? I mean, that's part of life.
I had to keep reminding myself that Amber wasn't a teenager when she was living here. She was a grown woman. She was in her early 20s. But she just acted like a kid.
If I did not know my age, if I woke up one day and I didn't know my age, I knew just what I looked like and how I acted, I would have to guess that I was around 17 because the circumstances how I live, I don't live on my own yet. I don't have a job yet. I don't drive yet. It's hard to believe that pretty soon I'm gonna be like 24 and then 25 because I am 23 if you guys don't know. So.
And there's dozens and dozens of more examples out there of Amber having things bought for her and being taken out for meals. This whole Krystle era.
No, We're not allowed to make fun of the way that she pronounces certain words because recently she told us that that's something that she's very insecure about. So if she wants to talk about how her mental disorders cause her to manipulate people, then she's allowed to. Don't come for the way that she pronounces stuff. No. We can call her names like Tumor, but when it comes to that, I'm dead serious, y'all. Line in the sand. Don't cross it.
It's just Amber getting free stuff. It is. And despite arguing with people online for years about her not being a mooch, eventually she would admit it. People change. Oh yes, they do. I used to get over $1,400 a month from Krystle's parents doing absolutely nothing if I was to average everything out.
I shopped all the time, went out to eat. Now I'm working, making my own money, living on my own. She wasn't, she was living with Destiny, but fine. And making responsible choices. Gracie. I'm not even the same person I was living with Krystle in that sense. Life isn't about money and materialistic things. Life is about love, happiness, and taking care of yourself and the ones you love. Yeah, I love shopping and going out to eat all the time, but actually having to pay for over 10 bills a month is damn hard. It makes you realise the importance of how to spend money. Long story short, Amber was a big old mooch. And if you were one of the people that were telling her she was and she was arguing with you, you were right. Don't expect.
I have to take care of 10 bills a month.
An apology anytime soon. Maybe Krystle's parents were, I don't know, overly generous. I get it. When you first hear about how she was in foster care as a kid, you have plenty of sympathy. But then you realise that she's just been a spoiled brat her whole life, getting everything she wants. Now, if we go off what Amber says, then the bare minimum, actually I'll get it because I worked it out, the bare minimum that she got from Krystle's parents while in a relationship with Krystle, which lasted for 4 years, Amber would have been given $67,200. That's the minimum. That's not including gifts or vacations. Amber lived a very, very comfortable life while she was going out with Krystle. Too comfortable to make any changes.
And so we were searching, for an iPod for Krystle.
Yeah. And I mean, that's just like the unfortunate downfall of this is her parents kind of enabled Amberlynn. I mean, I think that they at the time were probably thinking, oh, let's help this girl get on her feet. Let's help her be functional. Let's help her become the woman that our daughter deserves. But really, they were just throwing sand into a bottomless pit.
So, and we got an iPod. So I'm actually giving Krystle my iPod, which was a lot more expensive than this one. So I'm just going to take the cheaper one because it is skinnier. And yeah, it's 160 gig. I've always wanted 160 gig. The one I currently have is an 80 gig.
Amber was given absolutely everything by Krystle's parents. So you'd think that she'd want to pay them back.
Jordy, say something nice. Say something nice about Mr. Snowflake. He has nice teeth. That iPod Switch was awful. I had an iPod Mini and an iPod Touch. And then ever after that, it was just iPhone. Oh my God, who keeps calling me? Mr. Snowflake is posh where I come from. Oh, is he dainty in his own way? Is he very dapper? Is he like very like pretty boy? I like his cardigan. Well, they don't call him Mr. Cardigan for nothing. She must have been mean to her foster families. Well, the only story that we ever got from those times were just Amberlynn talking about how she was the one that was mistreated. But there has never been another side to that story. He's not posh where I come from. Okay, y'all are going to have to let me in on what posh means. I think I know what it means, but I'm not sure. Elegant or stylish? Okay. So he's like uppity. Refined in an upper class way. The quality of being stylish or upper class. Ah, so he's like a well-to-do gentleman. Oh, okay, all right.
Back, pull her own weight.
So as most of you know, Krystle and I do not have a car, we don't have transportation, we don't have jobs.
You know, I keep...
Oh my God. The way that you edit these videos sometimes I mean, just like immediately going from we don't do anything, we lay around all day, we don't have jobs, we have no responsibilities. Just like the inclusion of that little clip just cracks me up.
Oh, Krystle and I do not have a car, we don't have transportation, we don't have jobs.
You know, I keep forgetting that they're in the mid-20s, yeah, they're acting like teenagers. Being that age and acting like a kid. Mom! Mom!
And I'm looking at, getting a job soon. And Krystle already has income, so I guess that is a job in a way. But she doesn't have a car, so she'll be the driver while I work. I know there's surgeries, but guess what? I have no money, I have no income, I have no job, I have no insurance. I don't have anything. No, I do not currently have a job. I made a whole video about this, that I do not have transportation.
Actually, Amber, you do.
So what's her excuse? She can't work because she doesn't drive? I can't work. I don't have a way to get to work, so I can't. That's just the way it is. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't drive that are still able to work. I mean, I don't know, find a job within walking distance. Find a bus that'll take you to your job. I don't know. Heaven forbid, take your driver's test. That's a pretty outlandish idea. So proud of unemployment. Oh my God. Amberlynn was out there. Moon Rabbit ASMR. Thank you so much. I have ASMR too, Amber. It's so annoying. I also was diagnosed with ASMR at a very young age. It's been something that I've really had to come to terms with. Belinda! I'm not going to pronounce your last name correctly, probably. Gulix? Belinda Gulix. Thank you so much for the super chat. Perhaps she also has NPC disorder. Amberlynn is most definitely a playing character. Well, I don't know. She does lay around and do nothing a lot. Maybe she is an NPC. Maybe you're onto something, Belinda.
Who have transportation. They're cold.
A kid at my work has walked every day for the last 2 years. Yeah, you always see those stories in news. It's like, all of the co-workers banded together and put their money together, and they were able to raise enough money for one of the other people that walk to work every day. And like you see the person get the car, and it's like, oh my gosh, now I don't have to walk to work every day. I can drive to work. Thank you so much. And it's like it's a feel-good story. You see that all the time. But, you can't have a rainbow without a little rain. So walk to work for a couple years, Amber. It didn't seem like they were living in rural nowhere. Get a job. Walk there. Amber ain't walking nowhere. I guess if I'm asking the same person that just said they are going to be bedridden for a few hours to walk to work, that's probably not the most reasonable request. I have taken a bike to work. Yeah! Ride a bike! I don't know. Get a fucking Razor scooter out. Do something.
Legs.
I really, really, truly want a job. But I cannot get one because I do not have a car, I do not have a license, and I do not have transportation. And unfortunately, where I live, they do not have buses.
No buses?
There's no buses. Did you hear that? Buses hadn't been invented yet. Well, then the obvious roadblock in front of you is that you don't have a driver's license. So, I don't know. Get a driver's license then. Well, I'm scared. Okay, there's a lot of things that make people feel anxious and scared in life. You just gotta do it. There's a lot of things in life that people don't want to do, but they have to do it because it makes sense to. Well, that's just it. I don't want to, and I'm not being forced to, so therefore I'm not going to. If you take out that middle equation of I don't have to, That's what separates people from pushing through anxiety or letting it rule their life. This is like exactly why she's never gotten a driver's license. She's never been forced to. Quest for Tranquility, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate that.
Doesn't drive, fine, that's fine. What about a stay-at-home job?
Work at home jobs I would not be able to do because the internet on my laptop is horrific and my laptop is very slow. Jobs wouldn't approve me anyways for that. I've tried before and most of them you have to pay, and my girlfriend's parents already told me that they're not willing to do that because they have seen a lot of scams.
She couldn't work from home because her laptop was too slow.
And I mean, like, even back then, working from home was not really a thing. That was more so for people that, like, had an established job and then were able to make it work at home. And usually they were higher ups in the business. There weren't a lot of jobs where people could just work from their couch like there are now. Jordy is my ASMR in bed. Oh my god, and then you deleted that message. Well, I read it out loud before you deleted it, Tia.
If only she had money to pay for a new laptop. And something about scams. I don't know.
I want to help with bills, help with food. You know, I want to be able to go with my girlfriend on dates. I want to be able to, you know, give money to her parents.
She was always adding to the list of reasons why she couldn't get a job. When are you getting a job? When I get my ID, Krystle gets her license, I lose more weight, Krystle's parents are ready for Krystle to be driving on her own, and for them to be ready for me to get a job.
Okay, so basically all the stars in the fucking Milky Way have to align before Amberlynn can get a job. That's basically what I'm putting together here. Everything has to be pinpoint correct in all of the universe for her to get a job. Jordy, it's time to break out the goldfish. Y'all.
And a company actually hires me. And for them to be ready for me to get a job. And for them to be ready. Huh?
So yeah, and also aside from talking about all that, they were talking about my weight and how, you know, getting a job and standing on my feet all day is gonna hurt me. So I need to lose more weight. Krystle's dad really, truly wants me to get to 200.
So in addition to all of this, I can't work because I'm fat. Because if I were to have an in-person job, then I would have to do a lot of standing. And because my body puts a lot of gravity on my back and knees, it would make me hurt. So, therefore, I can't work because I'm fat. I bet you that Amberlynn tried hard behind the scenes to get disability like Krystle. Because at this time, I mean, the most alluring thing to her possible would be do nothing but get a big paycheck. Not even a big paycheck, just a paycheck. So she's probably, honestly, she was probably a little bit jealous of Krystle. And I would even wager to say that she had some contempt for Krystle at the time, because she was thinking to herself, oh, look at Krystle. She grew up in this nice house and has these parents that take care of her and do all this stuff for her. And she gets disability. Meanwhile, me, I've gone through all this shit in my life and I don't get a disability check. Fuck that bitch. I can imagine that goes through her head. So she was doing everything that she could to convince herself and the rest of the world that she didn't, or she shouldn't be working. It's like, well, if she can get disability, I should get disability. Oh my, Lori.
50 pounds, and he really believes in me.
Amber, you're 23. What's Krystle's dad got to do with you getting a job? Like, if the dad said, jump off a bridge, would you?
Oh my god. So really, in this sense, Amberlynn losing weight equals you have to get a job. So this decentivizes her from wanting to lose weight, because that means if she loses weight, she's going to have to do what she hates.
One of the other excuses why she couldn't get a job was because of fear.
I'm terrified of cars and driving, and I don't think I'll ever drive in my life. That's just my thing. So thankfully I have Krystle, right? And I've already have this really big fear of car crashes because of a few crashes I was in when I was younger, so.
I have been in 2 car accidents in my life, and they both have affected me. I wasn't the one driving, clearly. Not only that, but if I ever did drive, yeah, I'd probably trust myself behind the wheel after lots of practice, and I am more than positive I'd be good at it. But I don't trust other drivers. Driving is such a weird concept to me. I'm beyond nervous enough when Krystle drives. Amber being nervous in the passenger seat. No, I think it's the opposite. Thankfully for Amber though, she could depend on Krystle to try and improve her life and get a driving license.
Krystle will possibly be having a car on Saturday. Like, do you think your parents are gonna let us, like, drive?
Yeah.
Well, you have to practice driving first. You don't even
Oh my
know
god.
yet.
Like 2 23-year-olds. Do you think that your parents are going to allow us to drive? Oh my god. Amberlynn at 23 in her girlfriend from an online chat room's kitchen. Do you think your parents are going to let us? Caitlin Ray, thank you so much. We had a guy at work who called out for a paper cut, and because he was tired. And even he walked to work every day. He showed up. He called out of work for a paper cut. I need to take a personal day. I love that. Oh my god.
Well, you know how, but you don't have your license.
I have to practice.
You have to practice. You have to talk louder so everyone can hear you. Smokey? Tomorrow I have to wake up early yet again because, Krystle wants to drive her car. Her parents want to go earlier. Yes, her parents have to come. You know, it's like a freedom thing, and we're gonna be independent soon, and this and that, and I'm just so freaking excited for this. Like, Krystle took her driver's test. She passed. She got her license. I'm like so excited. I feel like screaming. I like just want to let it out. I feel so free now.
I have a question. When y'all took your driving test, did they make you parallel park? That was like the only thing that was difficult about my driver's test, is they made you parallel park. Which actually I parallel park a lot in everyday life. I'm just wondering, because like I have heard from some states, they'll make you get in a car and all you have to do is just like drive down a road and drive back. I mean, here, like, you had to parallel park and you had to be like within certain dimensions and... Yes. Okay, so overwhelmingly, yes, I'm seeing a couple no's. I mean, for those of y'all who didn't have to parallel park, I mean, what is there even really to test you on? I mean, like, you put your foot down to go, you put your foot down on the other pedal to stop. I just had to drive around the block. I could maybe see in rural areas they wouldn't make you parallel park. Texas is stupid easy. 3-point turns. Oh my god, 3-point... Those are the dumbest things ever. Like, I understand that sometimes a 3-point turn is necessary, but I feel like if you get on a certain... Like, if you're paying attention, you're able to get on a certain angle and cut your wheel at the right angle, then you shouldn't have to 3-point turn. It's the gears and clutches that caused me the issue.
Tell her about it.
When we did see Amber driving on camera, because Krystle encouraged her to, Amber seemed to really enjoy it.
I'm actually moving the car.
Are you going in circles?
I didn't pay attention. It was her idea for me to drive anyhow because she honestly thinks I need to grow up, learn how to drive, and that's what she's teaching me, and I'm so grateful for this. It's like shocking and overwhelming that I'm doing this, but it's like so much fun, and I really see myself getting a license in the future because I like to drive. Are you going to get your driver's license now? No, I'm not. I'm not. Thank God for the good old Uber.
Can you answer me this? If you lose the weight and get down to a size where you can do things, would you?
What do you mean by do things, though, first of all?
I'm talking about driving.
I can drive now.
It's because Amber...
Amberlynn could be a size 2 and she still wouldn't drive. She doesn't want to. She doesn't need to, so therefore she's not going to.
I'm thinking in my head, have you ever drove a car?
Yeah, when I was with Krystle, I did.
How'd that go?
I fit.
Why?
Oh yeah, you guys are probably wondering why I'm not wearing a seatbelt. The seatbelt, like, thing is, like, digging into my leg. So I didn't even try to use it. Just fine.
I'm not talking about size.
No, I can't drive a car because of my anxiety.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I can't do this because I'm fat. I can't do this because I'm anxious. I can't do this. Like, see, that's the thing where it comes down to in life. I mean, everyone could have an excuse for anything that they didn't want to do in life, but it's pushing past that mental barrier and saying, well, I don't want to do this. I'm probably not going to feel comfortable doing this, but I have to do this regardless because that's just the way it is. Amberlynn has always been able to find a way to get around everything. Well, I don't want to do this, so I'm going to position myself so that I don't have to do it. Someone else can do it. That's not a good way to go about life, because if you're constantly relying on other people and you can never do anything for yourself, I mean, you kind of see where someone like that ends up in life. She really boxes herself in. You think that you're making life easier on yourself by making other people do it or not following through with your fears, but you're severely limiting yourself and your abilities to go about everyday life. So really, you trying to make things easier for yourself is making things drastically harder for yourself. Because think about all the things in Amberlynn's life that she's gone around instead of going through.
Which I've been telling you to get that worked on too.
Yeah. I'm trying.
See what I mean? As awful as this is, like, even though you've had a friend pass away in a car crash, I mean, like, is that grounds for you never driving again? Yeah, I'm sure that is traumatizing. I'm sure that really changed the way that you feel and relate to driving. But so because you had a friend pass away in a car accident, that means that you are never going to drive ever again. Okay. Nicole Garrett, thank you so much for renewing your membership on the channel. Welcome back for another month. She needs Jillian Michaels to put her in shape mentally and physically. That's the only tough woman I think could handle Amber. I'm not familiar with Jillian Michaels. Jillian Michaels. Oh, wow. She looks amazing for 50. Holy cow. She's been on... Okay, so she worked on The Biggest Loser. Definitely needs a professional at this point.
Amber's never had car anxiety. She never had it then. She doesn't have it now. You've all seen the clip of her dancing to the child's grave. She doesn't have car anxiety. It's nonsense. It's just another lie to get out of having to put some effort in. It's obvious that Amber just wasn't interested in improving her life when she was with Krystle. Everything was just too comfortable. She was never going to learn to drive. She was never going to get a job. She only applied for jobs after they'd broken up, and she had to apply for jobs. And even then, Krystle was taking her to apply for the jobs.
I filled out some applications to try to get a job. I called around trying to see if they even got the application. I called Walmart and I'm not even in their system. And I'm like, what? They want me to go to Walmart to fill out the application, I guess. We're on our way to go do that. The whole situation took me over 3 hours.
How did it take 3 hours to do the application? Did you have to memorize everything that was in the store? Aisle 5, hot Cheetos.
There was a girl in there who said that she didn't get called back for a whole year.
Amber had every excuse under the sun. No work experience, no transportation, had to lose weight. The dad wanted her to lose a certain amount of weight. A slow laptop. I think that's my favourite. I like that.
You know, the weight is definitely something that Amberlynn has used to her advantage over the years in terms of making excuses for everything. Well, if I can be big enough, then I won't have to drive. And if I don't have to drive, I won't have a reason to drive myself to work, and then people will think that I'm helpless. So Amberlynn severely limiting herself. Honestly, it makes sense. It makes sense. Kind of keeping yourself in this very limited state of function as an adult. It makes it so that you don't, or people won't expect you to do adult things. Weaponized incompetence. Yeah. It's like in the back of her mind, I mean, there must have been something saying to herself, if I remain fat, then people won't expect me to do any better. So then therefore my excuses will have a little bit more validity to them. Well, Krystle's dad wants me to get down to 240 before I get a job. Okay. So the incentive to lose weight then at that point is going to be non-existent.
A slow laptop. But the truth is, Amber had no desire to help out with bills or ever get a job. She got paid $1,400.
Which, like, why would anyone want to live like that, you know? Like, why would anyone want to live severely limited? Why would you always want to go around the problem instead of going through it? Like, is getting a job really that horrible to you? Like, why? Okay, but like, okay, so if it is, then why? Like, why don't you want to work? Why don't you want to go to school? Why do you just want to lay around all day and play on your phone? It just, I don't know, that doesn't seem like a life to me. Or why that would be appealing to anyone.
Was a month to do feck all. Now, I know I've gone on about Amber not having a job, but to be fair to her, you know what I'm doing when I do that, but to be fair to Amber, she did pull her weight around the house.
I really hate doing this. For some reason, it like creeps me out, but I hate.
Oh, she can't load and unload the dishwasher because it creeps her out. I mean, it's just like, at this point, like, I mean, I don't know. Can you do anything? If everything makes you anxious and we can't expect anything from you as a person. This is like a quote that Paris Hilton said one time. If someone asks you to do something, do it so horribly that they never ask you to do it ever again. So if you can come off as this helpless, anxious, totally useless person, then no one will expect anything from you. Lazy AF and entitled. I could see that. I could see the, yeah, I mean, like, there's, yeah, I mean, that goes without saying she's lazy, but the whole, like, entitled thing. Maybe Amberlynn thinks, well, I've been through so much in my life. Now everyone has to do for me. Everyone has to pick up the pieces and pick up my slack because I've been through a lot. Brianna Rose, thank you so much for that. Hello, friend. Happy Friday to you, Brianna. Hope you're doing well.
I hate when things are messy. I probably shouldn't speak, though. My room? Holy. It's a mess right now. Crystal's just putting away some dishes. This is Crystal's chore. My chore is the washing part.
What laundry detergent do you use? I'm not sure. I don't do my laundry. Krystle and I split chores down the middle, and one of hers is laundry. She does everyone's laundry in the house, actually.
We split chores down the middle. So I load the dishwasher and Krystle does literally everything else. Yeah, we split it down the middle.
Laundry is her chore per se. Mine is like dishes and feeding the animals and stuff like that. So I just did the dishes and Crystal's now drying them and putting them away, and that's how it goes. I do them, she dries them.
One of Amber's chores was to do the dishes.
He's so shady about his editing sometimes. Oh my god. Immediately, the commentary is, yeah, so my responsibility is washing the dishes. And then it goes to a video of her reaching for a paper plate. It's very subtle, and I very much so appreciate subtle humor.
But every time she would show us one of her meals, she would be eating off paper plates. And when Amber couldn't use paper plates and had to use actual dishes...
Yeah, and she still does this to this day. Well, if it's going to come down to me using a non-paper plate that I'll have to wash afterwards and that will create more work for me, why would I not just use a paper plate that can be disposed of after one use?
Crystal's over here doing the dishes for me, and I just want to say thank you. Honestly, you guys have no idea. I appreciate her help so much because, like, she doesn't like doing the dishes. There's a lot of, kind of people who don't like touching dishes and stuff. Ooh, something's burning in my eye. Oh my god, Krystle, I touched black pepper. What I was trying to say was, I just appreciate Krystle so much because there's a lot of different types of people who don't really care for touching dishes, and she's been helping me a lot lately, so.
I bet you that they just had a fight. I bet that Krystle was getting a little bit fed up with the fact that Amberlynn didn't want to do anything and she had to do everything. So in Amberlynn's manipulative manner, she thought, well, if I can film myself talking Krystle up and talking about how appreciative I am of her, then maybe she won't view me as such a piece of shit. Guys, I love Krystle. She's such a good girlfriend. Oh my gosh, she is incredible. I love her. She's amazing. I bet you they just had a fight. Or she's picking up on some of Krystle's annoyance with her. So she's like trying to beat her to it. It's like, well, you can't be annoyed with me because I just talked about how amazing you were.
Okay, I'm better now. That was so stupid. That's all I can say. Oh, I just showed Krystle. Krystle helping me with the dishes. Did you say? I saw pineapple crumbs on it still.
Now, I can't tell if Amber's doing what Jimmy does, where he pretends to do the dishes badly. So Mrs. Bunker, well, Krystle in this case, just says, fine, I'll do them, give them a, I'll do them.
Krystle always does the dishes for me.
This is very much so Paris Hilton. Do the job so poorly so that someone else will intervene and do it for you. Yeah. I hold on, I'm going to find that quote.
Me, I cook and she cleans. It's like a perfect process. She used to never do the dishes, but now she does.
Ah, poor Krystle. OCD is so bad. She couldn't even touch a bit of cheese without having to constantly wash her hands. And now Amber's making her do all the dishes. Real empath.
So it goes from, I always do the dishes, to Krystle helps me sometimes.
Here it is. Here's what I'm referring to. If someone ever asks you to do something for them, do it really bad so you never have to do it again. So if Amberlynn half-asses the dishes, or not even half-ass, if Amberlynn quarter-asses the dishes, then someone else will intervene and do it for her. And then they'll think next time it's to do dishes, it's like, oh, Amberlynn's not good at doing the dishes. So let me just do the dishes. So then she gets to go and sit on the couch and play on her phone. Like, why would you want to go about life like that? I don't get it. Like, how does that come across as an attractive quality?
To Krystle does the dishes. Amber's other chore was to take care of the animals.
Monkey! No! You're gonna get hurt. Come on. Let me get you. Let me try to get you. I have a table on the way. Come on.
No.
Monkey legit just fell out of my hands, just like he owned the place.
My dog was safer on that fence, away from Amber. Ugh.
Oh, I'm not saying that that works on everyone. No, I think that a majority of people would see through that. It's like, oh, you're doing this deliberately so that I will step in and do it for you. No, you can go ahead. And if you continue to do bad at it, then you're just going to keep doing it until you get good at it. But some people, Amberlynn, know that not everyone has that mentality. They would just... There are some people out there that instead of enforcing people or encouraging people to get better at something, they'll just intervene and do it themselves. So Amberlynn knows that if some people do that, then she can use that to her advantage.
He used to be able to hop this fence and higher fences, but he gained a lot of weight, so he can't now.
No, you spinning it around. Oh my god.
At least she walked, Monkey, so I'll give her that.
Lie.
He's about to go in the snow. All right, let's go.
All right, let's take that. Hold on. Don't make us strangulate. Don't worry.
Ah, never mind. Monkey was her dog. She said it was her dog, so she must have had a bloody good reason for not walking that dog.
The reason why they didn't want me to do it is because I don't have a jacket. I don't have a jacket or coat. I do have one.
Oh my god. I can't walk my own dog because I don't have a jacket. Like, just the excuses are getting worse and worse. So, Krystle's parents had to walk my dog because I didn't have a coat. If I was around someone like this in everyday life, I think I would just like roast them all the time. Like, how do you not just get to a point where you just have to laugh, you know? I mean, like, when someone is that helpless or puts on that they are that helpless, how can you just not help but just laugh?
One, for some reason, the material of it makes me itch and stuff. Very strange.
Oh, and the coat that she does have, it makes her itch. So she can't walk the dog because she doesn't have a coat, but she does have a coat. It just doesn't feel comfortable when she wears it. So that's why she can't walk the dog. She's the master of laziness. It's incredible. It's incredible.
$1,500 a month. Wow. If only she had enough money to buy a new coat.
Monkey was morbidly obese, and it's not hard to see why.
So this is Monkey's favorite treat. It's like a pig ear, but it's peanut butter. What? Look at him run, like I'm gonna take it from him.
What are you doing, Monk? You know you're about to get something, don't you? I usually just give him 2 of these tiny little bones. I throw it into the living room. Look at him. Okay, go get it.
And then it spares us some time so we can just book it out the house. I got Monkey, my dog, porthouse flavor, like a little treat. What's it called? Treat. I got Monkey another treat. Good boys!
See, Amber has a choice what she puts in her body. More of a choice than the dog. The dog has no choice. You have to take responsibility and not give your dog rubbish.
Yeah, she probably knows that treat after treat after treat is what makes her happy, so that that's all she knows. So she can teach the dog to be happy by giving it treat after treat after treat. Well, a lot of treats make me happy, so this will make Monkey happy too. Here you go, honey.
He's just going to eat what you give him, isn't he? He can't even breathe. The poor thing.
I treat my animals as if they are my children. I absolutely love my pets more than anything. A lot of people think they know about my dog when they don't. My dog Monkey is, yes, overweight, obese, but he's happy and he's healthy. She was like, "You're healthy, but you are obese."
Amber was 100% abusing that dog. It was obese. Its joints would have been killing. It didn't move like a dog should move.
We've actually taken him to the vet quite a few times because before we got him, he got fixed. And the vet did say that our dog will be gaining weight because he did get fixed. And they said that it is completely normal. I'm in no way abusing my dog, and that really hurts when someone thinks that. I'm abusing my dog just because he's obese.
There's no way Amber should have been responsible for a dog. She shouldn't be in charge of a Tamagotchi. Never mind a bloody dog.
Yeah, if you can't be there for yourself, if you can't be responsible for yourself, how the hell do you think that you're going to be responsible for a pet or a child? I mean, just these people out here in everyday life who can't even take care of themselves are thinking that, oh yeah, I'm going to bring life into this world. I'm going to be the best parent there ever was. If you can't do for you, you can't do for others. It's the whole thing with like when you get on an airplane and the flight attendants tell you that you should be putting on your oxygen mask first, because if you're asphyxiated trying to put a mask on someone else that can't do for themselves, then you won't be able to do for you. So you got to make sure that you're in check before you're allowed to help others be in check.
Just because my dog is obese, there are such worse problems out there. Like, as for his walks, he goes on a walk daily, and his walks actually are about 40 minutes long. But I'm not the one who takes him on his walks. That would be Krystle's mother. That's just something we've all adapted to.
So we've adapted means Krystle's mom's doing it. She's got 2 jobs, 2 chores, dishes, your finger there, dishes, and
that, I mean, how would that not piss you off? How would that not piss you off to no end? You work, you support your daughter and your daughter's girlfriend. So when you come home, like, to these people, these unemployed people who don't do anything all day, it's like you can't even walk the dog. It's like, I have to come home from work and then walk the dog, even though you sat around all day. It just creates a very hostile environment. A lot of contempt for one another. He's your dog. Yeah, I wouldn't have... I mean, Amberlynn can say that Monkey is her dog and everything, but pets, animals, they know who takes care of them. They know who takes care of them. They know who their owner is. It's not Amber.
Walk the dog, and she's adapted to not doing either.
He's completely normal, just obese, and that is mainly from him getting fixed, because that happens to a lot of beagles. And for you guys all just to know, Monkey is only 11 pounds overweight, so it's not like he is 30 pounds overweight. He is not abused in any way.
Only 11 pounds overweight. I looked it up in the average.
Holy
weight
fuck.
of a male.
11 pounds overweight? I mean, when the dog only weighs like 25 pounds, 11 pounds overweight is significant. 11 pounds overweight for a human, yeah, no big deal. But humans are like, I don't know, like 160, 170. Like, that's not a huge deal. 11 pounds to a 20-pound animal is a big fucking deal. That's that's 50% of their weight. Oh my god.
Beagle was 20 to 30 pounds. That could have been like half Monkey's weight. Only 11 pounds. It's half its body weight. It's like me putting on next to 110 pounds of fat or whatever it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, I don't want to be mean, but Amber's just too stupid to be in charge of an animal. stupidity affecting yourself, that's one thing. But when it negatively affects another innocent living thing, that's not okay.
It's actually known that beagles, that they're like 15 pounds overweight, just naturally, more than any other dog breed. That's just how it is and how it's gonna be. He is a happy, overweight dog by 11 pounds. Ooh, that's so bad.
She's absolutely awful. She shows no concern whatsoever for her pets. She's horrible.
Ooh, that's so bad.
It's actually quite shocking that a human being can have such little understanding and sympathy for another living thing.
I honestly have rarely seen a dog at a healthy weight. I normally see dogs that are under.
What? Oh my god. The excuses. Oh my god. So I mean, at this point, like, Amberlynn couldn't walk the dog because her coat was itchy. She had ASMR. She had OBPCD. She was fat, so she couldn't stand for extended periods of time. There was just an excuse for everything. Everything had an excuse. Well, you know, my dog is overweight, but I personally have never seen a dog that's been a normal weight. Most dogs are overweight, so therefore this is normal. She's just talking out of her ass. Oh my god.
Underweight or overweight. Like, and by 10 pounds, honestly, the vet honestly said that it was gonna be like 15. So the fact that it's not, I'm happy about that.
She's treating the dog's health journey like she treats her own. It could have been worse, so I'm happy.
And just because my dog is 11 pounds overweight does not make me an abuser.
People are making fun of you. They think you're obese. Yes, you are obese, but you're not the biggest dog in the world, are you?
You know who's not happy? Your dog.
Oh, so that makes it okay. Well, you're overweight. You're on death's doorstep, but there are dogs in worse positions than you are. That's probably how Amberlynn thinks about herself. Well, you know, I'm 500 pounds and this isn't going too well for me, but there are people out there that are 600 pounds. So I must be doing something right. Could be a lot worse. And, you know, which is kind of ironic because I feel like there are people out there that watch Amberlynn, and to them, their example in their mind of, well, this could be a lot worse is Amberlynn. You know? Well, I'm 100 pounds overweight. My cholesterol's bad. I'm pre-diabetic. But, you know, watching Amberlynn on YouTube reminds me that I'm not all that bad. Could be a lot worse. So it's just like when the example in your head of like the person that like is a lot worse, when they have to have an example of there are other people out there that are a lot worse than me, I mean, it's just like, how far down the spectrum are we going here? What layer of hell are we descending to? Kimberly, thank you so much for that. I'm in New York for a few days from the UK. It's my first time in the States. I'm glad to catch you live while I chill after a busy day. Oh, well, if you're in New York City, I can imagine that you are awfully busy. New York is just go, 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 run, run, run. Very fast paced. Oof. Regardless, enjoy your trip, Kimberly. Thanks for sending that in. The cat is overweight too. I mean, really, like Garfield over here too. I mean, don't call us out. Maybe Amberlynn watches Foodie Beauty and thinks that. Well, Foodie Beauty, I mean, I don't know exactly how much Foodie Beauty weighs, but it's not as much as Amber. But maybe she thinks like, well, Chantal's older than me, you know?
Your dog's heart, your dog's joints, your dog's lungs. I'm not happy. Every normal person watching this isn't happy. Amber's Chihuahua Twinkie would also fall victim to Amber's abuse. Overfed, not taken care of, nails going long again, not taken on walks. It's quite sad, actually, seeing another dog running around like a dog should, and Twinkie's almost stationary.
You want to play with my Twinkie store? Oh my gosh. This is what they always do.
I treat my animals as if they're my children. I absolutely love my pets more than anything. Crystal and I are at this frozen yogurt place called Crave. I'm not showing you.
Though Amber was aware of Crystal's social anxiety, she didn't care how it would make her feel when she would constantly put a camera in her face. Didn't care one bit.
When I was with Crystal, she also did not want to be on camera, so I did all my videos by myself. She's ordering right now and she doesn't know I'm recording her. She's so cute. Huh? What'd you do? Okay.
Stop filming these.
When I was with Crystal, she also did not want to be on camera, so I did all my videos by myself.
Are you sure this isn't like the start of a horror movie? This feels very found footage of a serial killer.
I'm gonna try to scare Crystal.
Like this is what you do when you have no responsibilities or like no obligations or life. Like just walking around the house waiting to scare someone. Like this is the extent of Amberlynn'S day here. Oh, Crystal's about to walk in from the garage. Let me hide and film and jump out and scare her. Like you're 24.
I'm gonna try to scare Crystal. Why doesn't it work? And then she scares me and I scream.
Crystal couldn't even walk around her own house without being filmed and screamed at. And it wasn't just a couple of times trying to be funny. It was constant. It was constant.
Look at my blanket hole. Poor thing. I gotta sew that. Well, yeah, I'm filming. All right.
Crystal couldn't even go to the bathroom to have a bit of peace.
Damn it! I was hoping you were on the toilet.
God.
Oh my god.
It must be like living with the Joker.
You know, and her excuse to this would be like, oh, this was so long ago. This was 11 years ago. Let it go. Okay, but you were 23. You were 23.
So the first clips, Krystle was in the bathroom. She went pee. TMI, but she needed more toilet paper. So she yelled at me to get her some. And I filmed her without her knowing, and that's what that was. I had to edit it a lot because she showed some thigh and stuff, and she didn't want that in there.
She's absolutely clueless how constantly filming Crystal makes her feel. It just doesn't go in. And the only time she ever has a problem with filming without permission is when it happens to her.
As you guys know, someone in public took a photo of me without me knowing, and then took a really creepy, weird video of me. It makes me uncomfy, and I'm going to like stand by that.
Oh yeah, her a literal month ago. Somebody took a picture of me at the laundromat. Meanwhile, shoving her phone underneath the stall of a public restroom to film someone.
Maybe I'd have a bit more sympathy for her if she didn't do things like this.
No, I wish.
What's so funny?
This is Amber's girlfriend. She'd been with her over 3 years at this point, and she can't hear in her voice. And she really doesn't want to be filmed. She just didn't have any understanding of boundaries. Just nothing there again. And she didn't understand how annoying she can be.
Crystal, what are you doing? What? Are you on a bed? Crystal.
Not at the bed.
Crystal. Say hi. Crystal.
Every now and again, though, Crystal would, in her own way, stand up for herself, which was nice to see.
Crystal. Say hi. Okay.
Say hi. Say hi.
See, I wouldn't mind it. Like, I like to film.
Okay, but she does. and not everything that you're okay with is going to be something that other people are okay with. This is something you learn when you're 5. This is like something you learned in kindergarten.
You're not. Okay, that's embarrassing.
That's embarrassing. Do you film Krystle on the toilet? That's embarrassing.
Krystle's privacy would be invaded more than just being filmed when she didn't want it.
So Krystle has a doctor's appointment tomorrow. Something's been going on with her throat. Krystle has a really serious appointment we're going to. Krystle found a lump in her breast and
oh my god! Jeez, this is like Alicia Doherty coming on here and telling us about all the kids' medical conditions. Yeah, Krystle, you know that girl who doesn't want to be on camera ever? Well, I want to let you all know that she found a lump in her breast and it could be serious. Like, what the hell goes through your mind? But at this time, Amberlynn was really trying to build her channel. She was really trying to get followers. And for someone that sits around the house all day and doesn't do anything, it's difficult to get entertaining content. So any little thing that Amberlynn got, she was going to share it. Hi, Jillian and Pam.
only that, but it was in some serious pain and it swelled a lot. I know this is TMI, but she has an appointment on Wednesday and I just want you guys to keep her in your prayers. And obviously cancer is on the mind because, I mean, that's just where your head goes. Krystle has an appointment for her boob. I told you guys about that in a recent video. They found some, something in her boob. She doesn't want me to say. I'm nervous because any surgery, if your loved one is getting surgery, it's something that's nerve-wracking. Krystle's about to be seen. What do they call these things? Gowns? Oh, baby. How do you feel? You feel hot? My question is, why put windows here when people are getting naked?
Can you read that top box for us? That box.
Wait a minute, Krystle has titty fungus. LMAO, now that's pretty funny. She has benign. Seriously, get a life. You're showing more immaturity as the minutes pass. It's the most pathetic thing I've ever witnessed. Lol.
What's benign?
What's benign?
Now I'm asking you, what is benign? She says Krystle has benign.
Did she think benign's a thing?
Yeah. Krystle has benign.
Benign what?
They're actually going to go down Krystle's digestive system, put her on anesthesia, and yeah, so we have to make an appointment for that. Today's the day Krystle gets her procedure. The few things I can tell you, just to make it short, is that she's being put to sleep.
Oh god, Krystle's getting put to sleep. Should have just sent her to a farm with a nice family.
She had to sign some scary ass paper, like if she loses blood, can they give her blood? If she's in a vegetable state, can she go on life support? Just really scary stuff, and I'm extremely worried. I cried.
There's no way that they made Amberlynn answer these questions. Yeah, Amberlynn has medical power of attorney. If she's in a vegetative state, do we keep her plugged in? Do we pull the plug? Like, yeah, I'm sure Amberlynn's making the one. I'm sure Amberlynn is the one making these decisions.
The other day, I'm a very worried person, and I'm paranoid over nothing probably, but I'm scared for her. Today's the day. It's finally here. I just wanted to get it over with. I hope she's okay. So we're in the car now. Krystle's procedure's done. Her esophagus, I guess, is inflamed. And the reason why I'm getting emotional is because, like, I'm nervous that it's gonna, like, turn into cancer. Oh, God, I'm just so, like, I'm just not happy about this. I'm gonna hope for the best. That's all I can do. But they gave her a parting gift. Flowers. Krystle, have you ever had flowers before? She's in the back seat. I'm not in a good mood. I'm very sad.
So her having to go through all of these procedures and surgery and anxiety on top of already having anxiety disorders, you have Amberlynn in the car filming, talking about things that she's already nerve-wrackingly a mess about.
I'm trying to be strong for Krystle.
I'm trying to be strong for Krystle. Did you hear that? You're such a good partner, Amberlynn. You were trying to be strong for her. She's making it all about her.
Listen, because I've been having this. It's been like, what are you doing?
I'm convinced more than ever that Amber is a sociopath. I'm convinced. Oh, it might be cancer. Ha ha ha! I'm filming you. It's all within the same clip. She's a terrible actress. I found one Instagram post. Was it Instagram? Yeah. I found one Instagram post where she's at a funeral and she puts on #sad. Maybe that's a normal thing people do. To me, it seems absolutely nuts. #sad. To me, that's nuts. And underneath it, she put #motivation to lose more weight. Anyway, the Krystle stuff is just a nice excuse for Amber to try and get a bit of sympathy out of her audience.
I forgot to mention to you guys, Krystle did get a biopsy, and if you guys don't know what that is, it's going to check for like cancers.
If Krystle didn't want to be filmed doing mundane tasks, then she definitely didn't want to have her medical information posted online. She shared absolutely everything.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't even want to be filmed doing dishes, let alone talking about something that could be life-threatening. But this was cool content. This was exciting content for Amberlynn. #sad.
Everything about Krystle online. She even shared her insides online.
Right here is extremely swollen, like this part and that part. You can just tell, like that big like circle thing. This is pretty serious, and you know, she's trying her hardest to make changes. She's taking her medicine and all that type of stuff. So we just got out of her appointment, and do you mind if I tell him? What does that mean? No? No, like you don't mind? It turns out that Krystle actually has an ulcer on her esophagus, and we never knew this. I just got done crying because I know ulcers like don't kill you per se. It just makes me really sad, and it makes me want to sue the place. If something like that is happening to somebody, you need to tell them. Like, why weren't we told this? I mean, I'm grateful.
Why were we not told this sooner? I could have made content about this 2 weeks ago. I want to sue them. Oh my god.
We know this, but it's like I wish we would have found this out months ago, so we could be used to the feeling, and it's absolutely devastating. She's being strong over here. She didn't cry once. I'm over here crying about it. Like, I'm weak sometimes when it comes to people I care about. Just cherish your lives. Really do. Don't take anything for granted.
This is manipulative. She's taking this opportunity to make her look like the victim, and this is also showing or attempting to show Krystle that she cares about her. I'm over here crying, y'all. Krystle's in pain. Krystle's going through a lot. I'm a weak person. She's a strong person. I'm a weak-ass person. Krystle's the strong one. So she's doing a lot in one little motion right here. She's playing the victim. Oh my gosh, Amberlynn, you must be going through so much right now. I'm so sorry. And she's kind of complimenting Krystle so that Krystle likes her. Or because like you can't just like for Amberlynn to work, you can't be a bitch 24/7. You have to throw in a little bit of sugar all the time. It can't just be spice into the crock pot. You need to be nice, and you need to be coddly, and in these moments of weakness and seriousness, you need to show that you're not just a heartless waste of space. So she's really hamming this up. She's so empathetic. Yeah. She's a very empathetic person. Do you disagree?
Because you never know what could happen.
She knows in the moment she's supposed to feel like the normal human thing is to be scared and upset. So she's doing her best to convey it, but she's a terrible actress, and I'm not buying any of it. She shared a poem that she wrote for Krystle at the time. It's not very good. Can you read this? It's a poem Amber wrote for Krystle.
Erotic symphony.
Erotic symphony.
Should I read it erotically? When you kiss the river with a sweet scent, and your heart explodes with the never-ending red, do you understand the automatic string you pull me to bed? My knees buckle, my insides melt, a romantic pile of longing caresses, a romantic pile. The inside of my chest and runs itself down my nude back. Infinity more than less. A touch so gentle, a kiss so strong. Fill the clouds with undeniable ecstasy. Online the moon with constant fantasy. Classy temperatures erode the storm. Carefully plastering love's once worn. So many layers, a body so beautiful, silky. In river metaphors.
Oh, yeah. I thought that, yeah.
So is it actually a poem about
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, it must be, yeah.
squirting?
Okay, let's get real. I can be a biatch. No, I'm joking. I don't want you guys to think that about me. But I'm a very, very opinionated. Sometimes it does get me in trouble, and I do speak my mind.
I can't imagine how it felt for Krystle having to live in the same house as Amber. Even if you ignore all the filming that Krystle didn't want, just being around Amber's attitude, personality, it seems exhausting. In Amber's own words, she's been a bully. And she's never changed. Tell about the most memorable misbehaviours you did in your whole life. I answered this in a recent question. I've done a lot of bad things in my life. Trust me, the first bad thing that I remember doing was bullying a girl in 2nd grade. I broke her glasses. How did you bully people? Why did you do it? Sometimes I would say mean things to people online. This was years ago. Sometimes I would bully younger people in school. I think I did it because I was bullied. I wanted to retaliate. It's sad. I would never do something like that now. You must feel so...
Prey on the weak. I would bully people that were younger than me. Well, in school, it's a lot easier for an 8th grader to bully a 5th grader than it is an 8th grader to bully an 8th grader. Prey on the weak. Why don't you pick on someone your own size, Amber? Hurt people hurt people. Hurt people hurt people.
Sick for all the bad you did to those poor hearts you bullied. I hope you feel what they felt and much more. I hate bullies. My sister committed suicide because of people like you. How can you ever forgive yourself? I was 12 when I was a bully. I never bullied anyone since, so it was more so me being immature. That was 11 years ago. All children become a little rude when given the chance. No one is perfect. When I turned 13, I changed automatically without having to think about it because
What?
I'm not a bully.
All children become rude when given the chance? Okay, first of all, no, they don't. And second of all, when do kids get the opportunity? When are kids given chances to be rude? Kids are either rude, they're like little shitheads, or they aren't. All right, I'm giving you an opportunity right now to be an asshole.
I'm the victim. My whole life I have been bullied beyond belief. You'd be surprised.
Her hair's so pretty. Her hair never used to be this long, but she copies me. That's okay. I'm joking. Her hair really is pretty though. Nice and thin. She doesn't have to... Like a good thin. You should see her face. Aw, can I show your lips? No. But, did you? Not really. Do you guys ever notice that Krystle has a lazy eye? Isn't it the cutest little thing you've ever seen?
Oh my god. She's like trying to make fun of her, but be cutesy about it at the same time. Did y'all ever notice that she has a lazy eye? I mean, look at this thing right here. Look at it. Oh my god. Isn't it so cute? She's extremely manipulative. Oh my god. I'm gonna make fun of you and then say that the thing I'm making fun of you for is cute.
I need porn. Gosh, she reads porn all the time. I just want to show them. It's actually a book by Sandra Brown.
Isn't that like the craziest thing? You can go from like super angry to like super happy in like 2 seconds. I legit just sounded psycho saying that. It's true, like, I was just...
She's so good at backhanded compliments, exactly. Wow. Did you lose a pound in your face? You look great. Oh my god.
Just in a really upset mood about something, and now I feel so much better.
I think what it is as well is Amber doesn't have any hobbies the same way Krystle does. Krystle likes playing her games and she's got stuff to do.
Yeah, Amberlynn had nothing to do. Nothing to do. She didn't work. She had no obligations. She wasn't in school. So if it wasn't just, I don't know, I'd imagine at the time, like playing on her phone, Amberlynn had nothing to do. And when you have nothing to do, you get bored. And when you get bored, you do dumb shit. Or you become a nuisance for other people.
Amber's got nothing. I think she's just bored. I think she just gets really bored waiting to go out with Krystle to do something with her. So she just messes with her, just for a laugh.
Is it recording?
No.
So back in the day, don't lie.
It's not recording.
Back in the day. What the fuck? What the hell? I didn't want to be shown. Oh, delete that.
Oh my god, I'm recording. I was never recording. I think I'm gonna ask my girlfriend to make the tea for me. That'd be nice of her, huh? This is where you'll be when I ask her. She doesn't like being on camera, so I have no idea whatsoever what is taking her so long. Maybe I should just make the tea myself. I actually think she's up there folding clothes. Krystle, can you make me a tea? And make it warm, leave it warm. Okay, so this is the side of Krystle. She doesn't want her face shown. Don't ask. So are you gonna make me the tea? She just shook her head no. You should make me the tea, but keep it warm. Which one? What?
Tea do you want?
Chai. See, isn't she nice? So here I am with the warm tea.
Say thank you to me.
You know, thank you.
No,
She's
I
making
did
hers.
everything wrong.
Oh, I can't show you it. Oh yeah, I can. That's hers if you can see it.
How long were they together? A few years. This went on way too long.
I'm
I did
filming.
everything wrong.
I don't know why she brings up stuff like this.
Because it's the truth.
I was trying to end my video in a good way. No, I was joking with her because she put the tea in, or the sugar in. Like, I normally put the sugar in with the tea bag, but she did it, like, after the tea bag, so I thought it was funny. Anyways.
Amber, as a British man, who doesn't really drink tea, you're making tea wrong. Krystle's doing it right. You're the one getting it wrong. It sounds like Krystle's used to hearing Amber saying, you did that wrong, you did this wrong, you did that wrong. Amber can't speak properly. She can't sleep properly. She can't even breathe properly. And she's got the nerve to criticise Krystle. It was doing her a favour. Krystle was making efforts.
Yeah, so not only do I make myself such a burden on your life that I need you to do everything for me, when you do everything for me in life, I'm going to bitch about the way that you do it. Let me take it one step further. Pay for me, be there for me, do everything for me. And then when you do all that for me, on top of that, I'm going to bitch about how efficient you are or good at it you are. Like, what a piece of work. Oh my God.
To improve her life, she was going to the gym, she was eating healthier foods, she passed the test. Amber, as a girlfriend, should have been proud of her.
I feel like today I was pretty grumpy. Krystle's heart beats faster than mine, just even sitting down. So she burns a lot more calories than me.
What? Oh my God. Her resting heart rate is higher than mine, so she burns more fat. What?
When we do the exact same thing, it was kind of hard for me to accept. I know that sounds bad, but I was like, I'm bigger than you. I should be burning more calories. She burnt, I think, like 80 more calories than me, and we were doing the exact same thing at the exact same time. And her heart does beat faster than mine, so that has to be the reason why. Krystle's shirt. Look how skinny she is. You don't need to lose weight, girl. She was telling me that she already wants to lower her calories because she stayed the same 2 days in a row. She said that if she stays the same again tomorrow, she's really gonna think about changing her calories to eating less. I tried to explain to her she doesn't need to lose weight every single day. Just because you stay the same, even if you stay the same for 5 days in a row, that does not mean you need to lower your calories yet. There are a lot.
Yeah, Amberlynn doesn't want her partner losing weight, because if the partner is a lot more thin than Amberlynn is, then like if we're doing like a pedestal thing here, if like, you know, the partner starts to become a little bit more thin, like Amberlynn's down here, and she can't have that, so she has to pull them back down. Becky put on a ton of weight while they were together. And I mean, I don't know if this is fair for me to say, but I'm just saying, when her girlfriend moved in at the beginning of season 5 versus some of the pictures that we saw at the end of season 5, it kind of had that same pattern. Same with Destiny. Same thing with Destiny.
A lot of studies proving that the more you eat, the less, or the more you eat, the more you'll lose weight. Sorry.
If you're struggling to lose weight, increase your calories.
Is that how it works? If I'd known that, I wouldn't have just been living on vitamin C tablets. I just want to be thin.
Once you get stuck in a plateau at that really low amount of calories, if you eat more, you'll lose weight. I know so many people that it's happened to, and I tell them, up your calories. I swear to God, up your calories by 400 and see what happens, and they lose weight.
She can't be this stupid. I refuse to believe even Amber is this stupid. The only thing I can think of is that she's trying to sabotage Crystal out of jealousy. It's the only thing I've got, because I don't want to live in a world where somebody's this stupid.
So when my girlfriend told me that she wants to lower her calories already, only on day 5 of our weight loss journey this year, I was shocked. I don't want her to do it. I really truly don't. I do not want her to lower her calories, and I don't want her to feel discouraged. And, you know, I stayed the same too, and now she knows it watching this. I didn't lose any weight. Crystal's telling me I'm sniveling. I think I'm being a grumpy monster because I'm tired. But that's what happens when you don't sleep.
She's an adult here. She's 23, 24. She's not a toddler. She's grumpy when she's tired.
Okay, so we started eating the taquitos. I honestly like them, but Crystal didn't care for them too much, so Crystal's becoming a little picky thing, and I get pretty grouchy with her, and I know I shouldn't. I know. I shouldn't be like that, but I like get upset when she doesn't like something that I like cooked or even just warmed up. I shouldn't be like that. And then when I get upset about something, I don't know how to control my emotions.
She gets grouchy when Crystal...
So because Amberlynn microwaved a taquito and Crystal didn't like it, Amberlynn gets pissy. Well, look, Crystal. You say that I don't do stuff for you. Here I am. I microwaved a taquito for you, and you don't like it. So I mean, I don't ever say that I don't do things for you, because I do. You just don't like that I do what I do for you. I mean, Crystal cleans the whole house top to bottom, puts away all the dishes, does all the laundry, and then Amberlynn microwaves a taquito and says, well, hey, now we're even. Just because you didn't like what I did for you, that doesn't mean that I didn't do it. Oh my God.
Doesn't like the food she makes or heats up.
You know, sometimes I leave a lot bottled in, and it creates me to kind of explode. Normally I explode in a negative way, and I get kind of harsh.
When she gets upset, she doesn't know how to control her emotions. Crystal's the one who's having to deal with all this. She explodes in a negative way and gets harsh. And it doesn't...
Jordy, I had a nightmare. You were chasing me and Eugenia around an abandoned hospital. That wasn't a nightmare. I'm gonna get you next time. Christina! Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm gonna need her to show her work when coming to any conclusions. Oh my gosh.
It doesn't matter if this is a man or a woman saying this. Is that not really worrying to hear? And you hear somebody say that, especially Amber with everything we've seen around Krystle, who's just so shy and timid. Does that mean that's alarm bells for me? Amber just sounds absolutely bonkers. She does.
I have a friend like that. Everything is an argument and something to cry over. I mean, like, why are you... Let me ask you a question. Why are you still friends with that person? Because you said, I have a friend like that. How do you have the patience to put up with someone like that? Because this kind of behavior that we're seeing in this documentary, I could see like teenagers getting away with this and their friends and their family like putting up with it. But you would think like once someone becomes older, like in their 20s, they either grow out of it or they see how exhausting this type of behavior is. Those types of people are draining. I don't want to be around someone like that. And I just can't imagine why anyone would want to be around themselves. That would just be so awful. I would hate myself if I acted like that. Emotional vampire. Yeah. Emotional vampire.
Amber's known for being a liar, and with good reason.
I should have used the word coerced.
But there's still things that Amber has not yet admitted to lying about.
I just woke up to hell. We don't really know how it happened, but we're guessing our cat Smokey went up on our cabinet and threw down a bunch of bags for our dog Monkey to get.
She just watched Ocean's 11 or something, because the animals did a heist.
That makes sense. But he also got our fruit, bowl thing, fruit holder. He ate, are you ready for this? 3 full bananas with the peels on. He ate the peels and the banana, all 3.
Well, his name is Monkey.
You could be like, okay, well, at least he's being healthy. No, it gets worse. My girlfriend's mom yesterday went to the grocery store for herself and got these caramel rice cakes.
This is a rice cake with caramel on it. So just satisfying and filling.
The bag had never been opened. He ate every single one. And I want to say there's about 12 in the bag. You could be like, okay, at least that wasn't the worst thing he could eat. It gets worse than that. Her mom also bought, I'm sure you guys know what Chex Mix is. I guess there was a new kind. It was hot and spicy sriracha. I put sriracha. I am obsessed. Monkey ate the whole bag. It gets worse. He might have stopped eating there, but I came downstairs to literally 10 piles of poop.
I don't think we can blame that one on Amber.
I lost control of my bowels and I pooped my pants.
Oh, okay.
Who knows, maybe Amber did eat all the food when she turned into the binge monster. Just forgot it, like the Hulk.
He did jump up on the counter to get these things.
We might never know if that's a lie, but maybe Monkey, who was about half its own body weight overweight, maybe Monkey leapt up onto the counter.
Monkey's sitting right here, knowing I'm talking about him. I'm very upset with you, Monkey.
Just admit it, you ate the food.
I think, more than likely, Amber ate all the food.
So she blamed overeating on the dog. Y'all, these bananas, peel included, all these caramel rice cakes, this whole bottle of sriracha. Monkey got into it. I don't know how the fuck Monkey got into it, but all these groceries are gone now. So it must have been him that ate them.
Every time somebody discovers Amber for the first time, they do what I did. I'll bet she's not that bad. I bet this is just the internet being the internet. Everyone's just being mean for no reason. And then you watch a bit more of her, and you think, ugh, oh god, I defended her.
So Krystle's dad bought my favorite ice cream in the whole entire world. I had this surge just go through me. It was really scary. It was one of my binging surges. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna eat it, and not only am I gonna eat that, but I already had other things in my head that I was gonna eat. And I told Krystle, I was like, okay, so this is what I want to do. I'm just screw it. It was almost as if Amberlynn left my body and binging Amberlynn came in my body.
But I remember after the binge, Becky was like, you were really mean to me because I kept saying no. And I was like, I don't even remember that.
Destiny will try to help me. Say I'm eating some ice.
Oh my gosh. Like demonic possession. Well, I don't know. If it's demonic possession and she finds herself losing her shit on whoever tells her not to do things, should we call in a priest with like that little Bible and then they read like the same verses over again, hold up the cross and like spray the holy water at her? Would that work? The freeze frame. She looks like Wednesday. She looks like Wednesday. Oh my God. The power of Christ compels you. I don't know. The power of cream cheese compels you. Pig Latin. We gotta find a priest that speaks Pig Latin. She looks like every day of the week combined. Mean. Mean. Don't do Wednesday like that. Y'all are mean. Mean. Nah, that's Thursday.
Ice cream or something. She will look at me and say, Amberlynn, you do not need that. And I will get mad at her. And it also happened with my ex-girlfriend, Krystle. Do you get me? And I just feel bad. And it's like, it was really scary. This used to happen to me all the time. It hasn't happened to me in like, I don't know, just like a couple of days. When I told Krystle, she had a look on her face like, normally she doesn't speak up when it comes to when I'm like so like hardcore like wanting to eat, because when this happens she needs to stay away from me or she's gonna get it. Okay, that sounded bad.
People do things and say things that they don't mean when they're angry. I'm not saying it's right because it's not. I constantly say horrible things when I'm angry at someone. I then later regret it. Words hurt worse than fists do, but we all seem to never speak upon that kind of violence. I'm one of them because my honest opinion is never be with someone who abuses you all the time. I'm not saying physical violence is okay, but people do slip. A push, a shove, a scratch. If it happens once or twice, it's something you'll always remember, but it's something that just happened. It doesn't make you an abuser. But if it constantly happens, don't allow yourself to be in that situation. No one deserves it.
Oh my God. But if it constantly happens... Oh, so this is Amberlynn's advice to all DV victims. Well, just don't put yourself in that position then. Oh, good Lord. Oh my gosh. Yeah, people slip up. And I mean, we know from the Casey stuff, at this point, Amberlynn already got physical. She admitted to pinching Casey as hard as she could. People can't control their emotions. When they get angry, they do things that they don't mean.
Casey told us that Amber admitted to him that she hit Krystle once.
I mean, I even sent her a message, God, maybe 5-6 years ago when she was with Krystle, saying, I hope you don't do to Krystle what she does to me. I wish I never deleted that message, because in that message she admitted she hit Krystle once. I wish I never deleted that, but it made me so sad. She hit Krystle, yes, she admitted to me that she hit her once, and I wish I never deleted that message.
It sounds very much like Amber is trying to justify the fact that she's hit Krystle, and that once or twice doesn't make her an abuser, but it does. She is an abuser.
She looked at me this time and she's like, no, let's not eat it tonight. I don't know what it is, but normally when she says that to me, that's when she gets it. And I'm like, I get mad at her. Like, why? And when I say she gets it, I mean, like, I'm like rude to her. Like, it's not a good look. It's not okay. And that's why she rarely does speak up.
Oh, I never ever physically abused Krystle. I feel like honestly, My relationship with her was the
See, but in Amberlynn's mind, she's thinking, well, it's not like I got physical with the girl every day. Every so often, yeah, I mean, you know, pushing, shoving, pinching, scratching, whatever. I mean, who doesn't go through that in a relationship, right? Isolated incidences of physical intervention does not equal what you're accusing me of.
calmest, most kindest, most gentle relationship I have ever been in, hands down. There was never any like ill with her. Everything was just beautiful, honestly.
I'm not the one telling you that Amber is an awful person. Well, I mean, I am. But Amber's telling you, Amber's telling us, I'm just repeating it back. Amber's telling you what she's like. She sounds horrible. I understand people supporting her at first, but after you watch her and you learn about her, if you still support her, what's wrong with you? I'm convinced that she wasn't just verbally abusive towards Krystle, which she's already admitted to being verbally abusive, if you listen to what she says. But I think she was physically abusive towards her as well. I'm convinced that
She probably justifies it because they're both girls, but it doesn't think about how huge she is and how much damage she can do. That's another thing. I mean, there are different interpretations in our society of what constitutes valid DV. There's a lot of examples, you know, in public when a guy puts his hands on a girl, it's like immediately, this is textbook. But you'll sometimes see like a girl pounding her fists into a guy's head and everyone giggles. It's like, oh, look, she's mad at him. So I would imagine the dynamic between lesbians and physical altercation like that, it's probably viewed a little bit differently or thought of a little bit differently.
She hit Krystle. I wouldn't be shocked if Krystle came out one day and said, yeah, she was physically abusive. I mean, I'd be shocked to know she's shy and she probably wouldn't come out and say that. But if she said the words, it wouldn't shock me. If you've watched all this video so far and you felt no sympathy or no empathy towards Krystle, then you're as insane as Amber is.
Even DV between gay men is not handled well. Yeah. I mean, it seems like, I mean, like, I have heard stories about, like, DV related to gay men, and the police show up, and whichever man in the relationship is the bigger one, obviously that's the aggressor. You know, even though the bigger one might have a black eye and scratches all over his face, well, he's physically bigger than the other one, so he must have been the aggressor. Let's arrest him. I mean, like, it's these ignorant decisions that our society has with DV, and it's always trying to be framed into this little textbook framework of what DV is, which is a man hitting a woman. But it's so much more than that. Just because you're the same gender doesn't mean it's... Yeah, she's probably thinking, oh, you know, we're just girlfriends. It's not a big deal. Because they don't like them and they don't take it seriously. That's another thing, April. Yep. I was hit by my partner in a lesbian relationship and everyone passed it off as catfighting.
I can't believe Amber filmed all this abuse and put it online. And it is abuse.
That's just why, like, whenever I see any instance of it, regardless of gender, regardless of whatever, I think it all should be taken seriously. You know, and I'm not trying to be like up all like high horse. Like I just think that that's what it is. I mean, like, I don't like, because you show a video or you go out in public and you see a girl hitting her boyfriend or punching him or whatever. It's like, oh, you deserve that. Oh my gosh. Don't make her mad. It's like, no. It's like, have a little bit of self-discipline. Put your hands to yourself. Like, I don't care if he's 6'4" and you're 5'7". Don't do that. She disguised it as play. Yeah. Amber, I mean, like, very much so, like, well, you were the one that pissed me off. Don't piss me off then.
Abuse.
What'd you just say?
I'm done.
Head massage. How's that feel? What? Why? No. Krystle wants to delete my videos. Why do you always want to delete my stuff? Take your socks and go elsewhere. That was like the weirdest segment I've ever. Babe, I won't put anything.
Let me see it.
How on earth Krystle lasted as long as she did going out with Amber, I'll never know. Thankfully though, she would eventually stand up to Amber, and I've never been prouder of somebody I've never met before.
About a month ago, I was having some troubles in my relationship. Krystle and I were having like a little issue. We were trying to work it out for about 2 weeks, and on April 1st, we decided to break up. I never felt so heartbroken in my life because I love Krystle more than I have ever loved anybody in my whole life. She feels like she'll be with me again one day. It's complicated. It's a very confusing situation because I'm still living with her. First thought that a lot of people thought was that I'd be moving, and a lot of people cried because they didn't want me to move, and eye-opening how much people care for me here and how I'm loved and wanted. And I was in this relationship thinking we'd be together forever because that's what we'd say, and something changed. Krystle really is my everything, and now, like, she's not my girlfriend, she's my best friend. And there's so many times where I look at her and I just want to hold her and hug her and tell her how much I love her.
Amber wanted to hug and kiss Krystle after they'd broken up, but why wasn't she more like that when they were going out? Instead of constantly putting her down and filming her on the toilet. And unsurprisingly, after some time had passed, Amber convinced herself that the breakup had nothing to do with her.
Krystle and I were together for 3.5 years. The first 2 years were amazing. The first year was even more amazing. She told me that for a whole year, she wasn't in love with me and she was trying to protect my feelings.
It's no coincidence that the year Amber started YouTube, Krystle fell out of love with her.
Do you still share a bed? Is it hard? We do share a bed. I don't see any reason why Krystle needs to buy a new bed. Friends sleep together all the time.
It was her decision to want to continue sleeping in the same bed. I'm not the rule maker here.
Oh, bullshit. Bullshit. We've seen this before with other ex-girlfriends. She made Destiny do it. She made Becky do it. It was her decision. She wanted to stay in the same bed. Why would we go out and buy another bed when best friends sleep together in the same bed all the time? There's nothing weird about that. Bullshit.
My own room, and she didn't want that, and neither did I. If she wants space and privacy, she can have it. I don't make her be around me. She chooses to do so. That is simply not true.
And we're even still sharing the same bed. I know a lot of you are going to be like, what? It's very much an attachment thing. I have really bad anxiety. I have attachment issues. Destiny doesn't mind it. Do you and Becky still sleep in the same bed? We do.
Amber made her ex-girlfriend sleep in the same bed. Me and Mr. Snowflake don't even sleep in the same bed. He snores.
Once Krystle broke up with me after 4 years of living in Virginia, after some time went on, like, her parents were like, we don't want you to move. Krystle was like, we don't want you to move. We want you to stay here. I didn't want to leave. But a couple months later, I was like, I can't just keep living here. I felt bad about it. I ended up going to Pensacola, Florida to live with Destiny, where I got a job.
One of the most shocking things is that even after they broke up, Amber was still sharing personal stuff about Krystle.
She was having some confusing thoughts, and some of them I shared with YouTube, just kind of about our relationship and stuff. And we tried to fix it, and we really couldn't. I was her first relationship, so she was just, I think she needed to experiment more, venture out. She was confused and this and that, so we broke up.
Even after Amber had moved out, she continued to mooch off of Krystle's family. Will you still have the family plan on your phone when you leave Krystle's family home? No.
Destiny and I are getting our own phone plan with Verizon. The phone that I'm currently using right now is the one that Krystle's parents are still paying for, so they have been paying it for the last 3 months.
Amber and Krystle stayed friends after they broke up. Though they were no longer dating, Amber would involve herself in Krystle's love life, so to speak, by introducing her to Nina.
Later tonight, Krystle and my friend, I guess I can say her name, Nina, they're gonna be here. Krystle and Nina are dating. Nina was my friend and I played Cupid. Yes.
And when we saw Krystle again, she looked like she lost weight. She looked happier.
It's nice to see. It's nice to see Krystle happy. So I'm happy, because I'm an empath.
She clearly made some positive changes in her life. She changed. Amber hadn't changed a bit.
I didn't even realize it's a Japanese steakhouse. Krystle. Yes. Mario shirt. Show your shirt. I'm showing your shirt. Oh.
Is this the same Nina that goes with Krystle? Is it? Yeah.
Did you guys know that they were dating? They're in love, and Nina's moving to Virginia on the 20th.
This bitch. Are you serious?
Rafe was familiar with Nina because Nina was the ex-girlfriend of Beck.
For people who don't know, what did Nina do? Well, Becky and Nina, they've been, how long have they been together, Hannah? 4 years. 4 years Becky and Nina have been together. And everything was great, fine. Hell, they were even talking about getting kids at one point. And then Nina just kind of, just like, oh, yeah, I think we should see other.
When I think of the name Nina, I think of that Ed Sheeran song. Did y'all see Beck has a new girlfriend? I just saw it pop up the other day. She's dating someone named Dakota.
Other people.
Everybody's all booed up, except for Amber. Oh, wait. She has her Valentine. Yeah.
Just out of the blue.
Rafe doesn't like Nina because she broke up with Becky out of the blue. What's she supposed to do? Give her 2 weeks' notice?
How did Amberlynn meet Nina if Becky and her are not on speaking terms? Nina! This bitch, listen to this!
Nina messaged me on Snapchat one night, and I guess Becky told Nina about me, so then Nina wanted to see like if I was like legit and like this is who I was as a person. Me and Nina became friends, and she became scandalous and crazy. Nina like messaged me and was like, you know, I care about Becky and I just want to see like if you're good for her and all this stuff. So I was like, whatever, okay, this is weird. So
like
Nina told me, don't tell Becky though. I told Becky about the whole thing, and she was like, you know what, be friends with her and see how she is. And I was like, okay. So I really did become friends with Nina, and we really did become like really good friends, which is really weird. And then I kind of saw Nina's true colors for a minute there, and I'm kind of over it. So
didn't you just visit Nina a couple days ago? Hold on, I'll set this back down.
My vlogs are oldish.
Like,
I only did it because Krystle. It was weird some shit I found out.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna spill some more tea, whatever that is.
Why?
But didn't Nina send you nudes?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I thought Becky said that Nina sent you nudes. Well, nudes, close enough.
Even though Amber had set Krystle up with Nina, Amber now thought that Nina was scandalous and crazy. Amber had even admitted that Nina had sent her nudes, even though Rafe had to remind her of it.
What?
What does Nina look like?
Red short hair, big hips.
It looks like somebody drew on her with a Sharpie. Her tattoos are from Scratcher Tats, like Scratcher Artist. I pay good money for my tattoos, thank you very much.
Rafe can act as smug as she likes. I pay good money for my tattoos. She didn't have a job. She didn't have a job for ages. She didn't pay for her tattoos. You lot paid for her tattoos. I pay good money for. You didn't pay a thing, mate.
You and Nina gonna fight? I'd punch the bitch. She could come at me. I'll just take her out by the ankle. She could.
Damn. Raft is really popping off here. Amberlynn just wants all the attention. They really did date in a circle. Yeah. Alright, well, Amberlynn and Krystle didn't work out, so let's try Krystle with Nina. Rafe was so evil. Luara, thank you so much for the super chat. Hey, Jordy, hope all is well. Thank you so much, Luara. Everything is going swimmingly. I hope you have a good weekend.
Couldn't get up. Did Nina cheat? I don't know if Nina cheated, but it wouldn't surprise me.
While Krystle and Nina were going out, Amber and Rafe would just make fun of Nina constantly. Doesn't matter how it makes Krystle feel. Just do it online for everyone to see, including Krystle.
Pretty rude to be allowing someone to talk to your friend Nina like this on your channel, Al. She could tell me to shut up, but did Al set up Nina and Krystle? Why would she do that if she didn't like her? I liked Nina at the time. This was forever ago. Can you keep your vlogs up to date? I thought you liked Nina. Water fasting is the best way. No, that's what they said. I did. That's what Mermaid Kitty said. I did until like a week ago. What happened between Krystle and Nina? You literally just saw Nina. I'm so confused. Is Nina and Krystle still dating?
Yeah, I don't even think Amber knows why she dislikes Nina. I think because Amber's an empath, she's picked up on Rafe's vibes.
Am I still friends with Nina? Negative. When the whole like boob picture thing like went into light, she sent me a text. She's like, "I'm really sorry for being a bad friend. I'm gonna tell Krystle what happened."
So this means that Amber never told Krystle about the boob pictures.
Do you dislike Nina? I don't feel like being her friend. I mean, nothing more to that. What it is. Nina and Krystle are still together. Nina's moving in with Krystle. Nina's getting Krystle's promise ring already, and they've been talking about that for
Now, because it's so ridiculous. It's hilarious. She's a big old cuckoo in a nest, pushing everyone out and taking everything. Big mooch.
But it did have a happy ending. Krystle stood up to Amber and broke up with her.
How do you not see it coming, Amber? Just re-watch your footage and see how you've acted, and it won't come as a shock anymore. Like, sometimes it is you, it's not them.
The choker hides a diabetic ring around her neck. I've never heard of diabetics getting a dark ring around their neck. But I guess if they did, a choker would be a good way to cover it up. Morg, thank you so much. Just sending some love and appreciation. Oh, I really appreciate that, Morg. Thanks for joining us on this lovely Friday.
Look, it's not a coincidence that at the time of filming this, the only people Amber has in her life is her mum and her grandma. She's got nobody.
I'm actually going to miss Amber when we're done with this series, because I don't know when we're ever going to cover someone who's so benign. Joking aside though, I hope one day she'll find some empathy and meet somebody that helps her. Think she will?
I don't think she will.
No.
No.
I hope Krystle's doing alright. Like, she got away. I hope she's okay.
I'm just glad Krystle got away. And on the off chance she sees this, I don't think she will. On the off chance that she sees this, I hope you're doing alright, Krystle. Jimmy hopes you're doing alright. I know Jimmy was being the funny one in this, but he wasn't happy with the clips I was showing him, how she was treating you. So well done for getting away anyway. Hope you're alright. Hope your parents are okay as well. And everybody watching this, every single person watching this is proud of you and happy that you managed to get away. This doesn't mean I want people to go and harass Amber. I don't want people to go and leave mean comments on my behalf on Amber's videos. I don't want that at all. I don't know what I want. I think I just want Casey to be alright, Krystle to be alright. Yeah. I don't care about Amber anymore. All the hope I had for her is gone. She hasn't got long left. Let her get on with it. Let nature take its course. Amber will be watching this, no doubt. She watched the Casey one. Hey, Casey.
I mean, it's morbid, but he's not wrong.
She watched the Casey one. I know you hate me, but I'm just showing people what you've already showed them in your videos and your Ask FM and your Tumblrs and whatever else. I'm just showing them
what you've already showed people. And that's why people don't like you. Not because of me. Whether I'm here or not, whether I exist or not. People don't like you because of you. Not because of me. I'm sure I haven't helped. I just don't understand, Amber, how you can watch how you treated Krystle and not understand. You were horrible? How can you not understand? Anyway, I'm droning on. Thanks for watching, everybody. Sorry it was a miserable one. I knew it would be. But thanks, Jimmy.
Well, damn. Well, that was a really good episode. Really like that. I cannot wait for him to do Becky. Oh, this victim series with Becky, y'all. This is small potatoes compared to what went on in season 4. Small potatoes. Oh, hey, CC Viz. All right, everyone. It is nearing 9:30. We are past the 3-hour mark. I'm going to let you all get on with your Friday nights. Will we be doing Twitch? I'm not sure. So, maybe not. Maybe not. But regardless, thanks to everybody who became a member, renewed their memberships, and in a super chat, and hung out in the chat. Appreciate all of you. And I hope that everyone has a good rest of your weekend. And I'll see you super soon.